A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Tire Rubber Company, world's largest manufacturer of low-pressure tires, presents another half hour of music and entertainment starring Jack Benny. Last week, in connection with the introduction of General's revolutionary corkscrew grip non-skid tire, we announced an unusuality for hundreds of young men in all parts of the country. It was a rather long announcement, departing somewhat from our customary use of radio, but we have been greatly pleased with the many responses from the listening public favoring this message, vicious young message. During the week, we have been most gratified to receive hundreds of light-awake packages. Fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and here he is in person.
Thank you. Thank you, Don. I wasn't hurt a bit, folks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this being the start of the school season for the children, we are going to dedicate tonight's program to the kids, the future presidents of this country. Of course, 10:30 p.m. is rather late to broadcast to the children. Only the Pacific Coast.
Jack, that's kind of late for the kids too.
Oh, Don, say, when I was a kid 8 years old, I never got to bed until 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah, I was always a sucker for those night clubs. You know. Of course, we lived on a farm, you know, and most of the time I'd go to bed with the chickens and the roosters.
Well, didn't they mind?
No, about midnight, rooster would look over at me and say, just another egg. You know.
Well, anyway, Jack, I think it's a swell idea putting on a program for the school children.
I think so, Don. You know, it brings us back to the days when we were kids. You remember your school days, Don?
I sure do. Oh, I was a bright pupil, too, Jack. I was first in reading, writing, and sex appeal.
First in sex appeal?
Well, yes. And do you know who was in my class?
Who?
Clark Gable.
Well, you're not in his class now, Don. You know, I was pretty good in school myself. I was first in mathematics, geography, and hooky. Don, when you went to school, did you ever play hooky?
No, just basketball and tennis.
Well, hooky isn't quite as strenuous, but I'm sure you would have liked it. You know, Don, I played hooky for 4 years and never saw the inside of the school.
Oh, those kiddies.
Yep. And when my father wanted me to go to West Point, but I hated to stay away from there, too, so I didn't go, you know, I think.
Well, Jack, you were on the wrong path. Why, do you know that Abraham Lincoln thought nothing of walking 10 miles to school every morning?
Well, I don't think so much of it myself.
Not only that, but he used to spend hours reading books alongside of a dim oil lamp.
Well, I do that, too, but where can you get a lamp nowadays, you know?
Mary had a little lamp. It's fleece.
Oh, hello. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. What's on the bill of fare tonight?
Oh, I'm glad you got here early. We're doing a kiddie program tonight. Huh?
Gee, why didn't you tell me? I would have had my hair curled.
You look all right. You know, Mary, we were just talking about the days when we were kids, you know, school and everything. You remember your school days?
Do I? I was some kid, too. The teacher gave me some of the best marks in our class.
I don't believe it.
Well, they're all healed up now.
Oh, I thought so. What public school did you go to, Mary?
Vassar.
Vassar? That's a college. You don't go there until you graduate public school. You see, public school prepares you for Vassar.
I know, Jack, but I was so dumb I had to go to Vassar to prepare myself for public school.
I see. Well, what did you take up at Vassar?
I started to learn medicine. I wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, that's marvelous, Mary. Why did you quit?
How would I look with a silk hat and a beard?
You're right. You're right. After all, I don't blame you.
So then I took up telephone surgery.
Telephone surgery? What's that?
I learned to operate on a switchboard.
Get out of here. Get out. Scat. Scat.
Well, here I am. What of it?
Hello. Sue?
Oh, say, Jack, by the way, I saw a preview of that picture you made. Transatlantic merry-go-round.
Oh, did you? How is it, Bert?
Oh, it's swell.
I mean, how am I in it?
Well, Jack, you know, after all, Rome wasn't built in a day.
I should never have asked that. Wilson, this is Bert Wheeler. Bert, this is Don Wilson, our announcer.
Hello, Don.
Wheeler, did you say?
Yes, Bert Wheeler of Wheeler and Woolsey.
I don't care where he's from. Every Wheeler should have the General Tire because it has the non-skid corkscrew grip and it's blowout proof.
Does he mean me, Jack?
No, the tire.
Oh, I see. Play, Don.
Boy, attaboy, that was Don Bester and his boys playing Don's own composition, Contented. And now for the children's entertainment. Those of you who listened last week will remember we had a school day program. But after the first day, we fired all of the pupils and hired new ones for this week. We thought our school act was all right, but here's a criticism we received from a professor at Catherine Cornell University. He says, listen to Jack Benny's aerial school days, and although he had lots of pupils, he had no class. The plot was prosaic. What's prosaic, Mary?
A town in New Jersey.
Oh, that's right. Prosaic, New Jersey. That's near Patterson, isn't it? Well, anyway, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of new pupils, and we will start our school act immediately. Janitor, open that schoolhouse. Ring that bell. Lift that barge. Hope that bale. Play, Don. Rolling, rolling, zero rolling, rolling, ringing and whining and arithmetic, talk to the tune of a hickory stick.
Frankie and Johnny were sweethearts.
I hate to see that evening sun go down.
St. Louis woman with your diamond ring. When we were a couple of Children, be seated. I will now call the roll. Frankie Parker, Jr.
Here I am, teacher. I am right here.
Don Bester, Jr. A little hoarse this morning, Don. Walter Winchell, Jr.
You can quote me as saying without fear of contradiction that I'm here.
That's something I never knew till now. Mary Livingston.
Oh, I'm here. I never missed a program yet.
Where?
Right here with Bert Wheeler. Dorothy Lee didn't show up.
Do you want to play school, Bert?
Yeah, Jack, anything to kill the evening.
All right. Bert Wheeler, Jr.
Absent.
We're not serving anything. Eddie Cantor, Jr.
I'm right here, teacher, but my daughter's in Hollywood making a picture.
Freddie Allen, Jr.
Funny thing happened to me, teacher, on my way to school this morning. I'll tell you about it. You seems a woman got on the bus.
Never mind. Are you here? Are you here or not?
No.
That's all I wanted to know. Don Wilson, Jr.
General Tire.
He's here. Rudy Valley, Jr.
Hi-ho, everybody. Little Rudy is here again.
Harpo Marks, Jr. What's that, huh? Stoopnagel and Bud, Jr.
I'm here, teacher. Are you there, Bud?
I'm here. We're short of actors.
Oh. Well, I guess everybody's here. Before we begin our lessons for the day, we will have our usual morning exercises. Stand up, children. Now, throw out your chest. Heads up. Hands on hips. Now, pull out your bottles and put them on teacher's desk until after school. Exercise is over. Now, for the first lesson today, we will take up radio. Turn to page 3, broadcasting. Frankie Parker, Jr., do you know your radio song?
Yes, teacher.
Let's have it.
casino, Jack.
What time, Bert?
At 11:30.
Okay. And looks the whole world in the face, for he owes not any man. Week in, week out, from morn till night. You can hear his bellows blow.
Good night, teacher.
Good night, Don. Good
I
night.
won't be here tomorrow.
Who's keeping you home, your father and mother?
No, McLaren and Ross.
You can hear him swing his heavy sledge with measured beat and slow, like a sexton ringing the village bell when the evening sun is low.
Good night, teacher.
Good night, Johnny Woods. Thanks very much for doing this invitation.
Oh, you're welcome.
A bunch of the boys were whooping it up under a spreading chestnut tree when in walked a girl whose name was Lou, even as you and me. Little Bo Peep, she lost some sleep and didn't know where to find her. And Mary had a little lamb, and there it was behind her. The little boy Blue, come blow your
Tonight, because of the very flattering interest which has been expressed by the car owners of our audience and this audience and this... This is the National Broadcasting Company.
World's largest manufacturers of low-pressure tires presents the hour of music and entertainment, Star and Eddie. The orchestra opens the program with Here Come the... That educator of children, that power of wisdom, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, say something, Mr. Benny.
Jimmy McLarnon sat in the corner, eating a welterweight pie. He put in his thumb, pulled out the decision, and said, "What a good boy am I."
Well, did you see that fight, Jack?
Did I? Why, Don, I was right there at the ringside. Did I see that fight?
Well, Jack, I was at the ringside, and I looked all around, but I didn't see you.
What row were you in, Don?
I was in row A.
Well, I was right behind you, row X.
Row X? Row X? How in the world did a man in your position come to get in row X?
Politics, Don. You know, there's nothing like knowing people, you know.
Yes, but row X is way back, isn't it?
Well, no, Don. It's A, B, C, D, E, X. 6 rows. That isn't bad, is it?
Well, I had a wonderful seat, Jack. Row A.
Right next to the ring, eh, Don?
No, not exactly. You see, there were 10 rows of press seats. Then came 6 rows of Republicans,
I see.
6 rows of Democrats, and 5 rows of people who couldn't find their seats in the rear.
And then came row A.
Yes, exactly.
You must have got your face full of rosin, eh, Don? But then I've seen worse row A's than that. Well, I remember Boyle's 30 Acres in Jersey City where Carpentier and Dempsey fought.
I remember that.
Well, I had row C for that fight. What a place that was. The fight was held in Jersey City. Row A was in Elizabeth. Row B was in Trenton. And I had row C in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia? Why, that's where Dempsey and Tunney fought.
That's right. I sat down in row C and waited for the Dempsey-Tunney fight. I killed that gag myself, didn't I?
Well, Jack, what did you think of the McLarnon and Ross fight?
Very good, Don, but nothing like back in 1903 when Perry McGovern fought young Corbett. There was a fight.
Do you call that a fight? Well, I remember back in 1892 when Jim Corbett knocked out Sullivan.
Corbett knocked out Sullivan?
Yes, Jack, he certainly did.
You don't know what you're talking about. Corbett knocked out Sullivan. Mary?
Yes, Jack?
Get Sullivan on the phone.
Okay. Hello, operator. Get me the Daily News. I want to speak to Ed Sullivan.
We'll find out.
Yes. Here's an in, Jack. How about Mr. Solomon?
No, Mary. We're talking about fighters. Did you see the Ross and McLarnon fight the other night?
Who, Jack?
Ross McLarnon.
See, the last name is familiar.
Mary, listen. Look, on last Monday night, it didn't happen to rain. So 2 fellas by the name of Jimmy McLarnon and Barney Ross got into a ring in Long Island and fought. Did you hear anything about it at all?
Oh, Jimmy and Barney. Sure, I was there, Jack.
Well, what did you think of the fight?
Very cute.
A cute fight, yes.
And you know, Jack, Jimmy kept flirting with me all during the fight. He kept waving at me.
He wasn't waving at you. He was missing you off there, waving at you.
Oh, I wondered why Ross kept bowing to me.
Mary, he wasn't bowing. Look, he was ducking the punches.
Well, don't tell me Jimmy wasn't flirting. In the seventh round, he winked at me.
Winked at you? His left eye was closed by a punch.
Oh, yeah? He can't get away with that. I think he'll breach the promise.
Oh, sure. Mary, why did you even go to see that fight?
Because that's where everybody ran when it stopped raining.
Oh, well. Well, that makes sense, eh?
Hello, Mary. Hiya, Jack.
Oh, hello, Frank. Well, Parker, were you there?
Yes, I. Well, I never saw anything that close in my life. First it was one, then the other. What a contest.
Who do you really think won?
The rainbow. You know, those fellas do know how to sail a boat.
Where ignorance is bliss, it certainly gathers no moss.
Yeah. Play down before it's too late.
So, Jack, I saw the fight, and I thought it was swell.
Save it for the next fight. We're running overtime now.
Well, then, play down.
Yeah, that's the idea. That was Don Bester and his low A syncopators playing You Ain't Been Living Right. And, Don, I want to say that was fine. I mean, what I like about you and your boys is you everything you've got.
Thanks, Jack.
And, you know, folks, Don is one of the best-dressed orchestra leaders on the air. Of course, he doesn't look so good on the street, but on the air, he's marvelous.
I wouldn't talk much about you, Jack. Look at that suit you're wearing.
The suit, what's the matter with it? It's a brand new outfit. You know, just a little knockabout suit.
A knockabout suit?
Yes, he knocked about $8 off the price.
Yeah, you know, Don, the guy that really dresses on this program is Wilson. I mean, he always looks immaculate. Say, you're looking at me.
Yes, why?
I notice you have a little too. I'd be a little careful if I were you, you know.
What men on this program? Not a gable and a...
Not a surprise to you this evening. As you remember, the last few weeks we put on school acts. But this week we have something entirely different. Something
Oh, Jack, here's a letter for you. I think it's for you.
Let's have it. This isn't for me, Mary.
Well, it was addressed to Don Wilson, but Frank Parker opened it by mistake, and he said he thinks it's for you.
Mary, it's for you, isn't it?
No, I read it by mistake, and it's for you.
Well, better let me read it by mistake. It's from the Board of Education in Pawtucket, Rawchild, Rhode Island. What's the name of that town, Mary?
What's the difference as long as you're healthy?
Oh, good. It reads, Dear Jack Denny, or if opened by mistake, hello. We have a short-wave radio set on which we have no trouble getting Bulgaria, Algeria, Bavaria, and neuralgia. Last week, while trying to get malaria, we accidentally tuned in on your school day program, and it reminded us of the first three letters in the word loud and the last three letters in Jersey. Wait a minute, I don't quite get that. Let's see, the first three letters in the word loud and the last three in Jersey. Did you get it, Mary?
Sure, a lot of people wear loud jerseys.
I guess that's what they mean. I guess that's it. They also say, of course, this is only a small school, but some great scholars have come from our classes. The governor of Rhode Island came pretty near going to our school, and look where he is today. And we could mention hundreds of others. We would like to match our pupils against yours anytime. Signed, Board from Education. P.S. Bah. Oh, yeah, that last track got me. I didn't mind that letter so much, but they can't bear me. Wilson, throw out that scenery for our play. We got to go back to school days and show these people from Rhode Island, with the help of Providence, that they can't bluff us. So on with the school act.
But, Jack, we have no pupils tonight.
Just ring the bell. They'll be here. Here come all the kiddies. Didn't I tell you? You'd be surprised how many stooges are waiting for that bell. Play down.
My castle barefoot boy. You are my girl in calico. On my slate, I love you, Joe. Da 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 da. When we were a kid.
right, children, before teacher gets nervous. Oh, good morning, Mary. How are you this morning?
I've got a headache, teacher.
What are you going to say? Got a teacher headache? Well, I got a headache, teacher. That's from trying to think. You pupils will have to stop this practice. I will now call the roll. Don Bester, Jr.
Here, teacher.
Put out that cigar. Don Wilson, Jr.
Here.
Away with that racing form. Ben Burney, Jr.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm here with all the world.
Jimmy Durante, Jr.
Am I here? Am I here?
Use your handkerchief, Jimmy. Frank Crummett.
I couldn't crumb it today.
Who wrote that, huh? Percival E. Clare.
I'm here, teacher.
That name certainly fooled me. Singing Sam, Jr.
I am here.
All right. We know you. Bing Crosby, Jr. Bing Crosby, Jr. Little Crosby's are too young for school. Imagine 2 months old. You better wait another week. Yeah? Will you stop crooning and go home? Maurice Chevalier, Jr.
Oh, I'm here, teacher. I've just finished. Man, the teacher for the Merry Widow, so I have come back to school right now.
Kay Francis.
I'm right here with Maurice, teacher.
You're telling me. All I know is what I read in the papers. Bert Wheeler, Jr.
That was last week, teacher.
That's right. They graduate fast here. Fido, Jr. Fido, why weren't you in school last week? Oh, well, you must take care of yourself. Yeah. Well, I guess everybody's here now. Ah, there's a new pupil. I haven't seen your face before, young man. What's your name? My name is Mo. What Mo? Meeny, miny, Mo. Oh, that Mo. I see. Where do you live, Mo? Kansas City. Oh, you're a Kansas City Mo, I see. Precisely. Well, sit down. I don't want to hear any Mo from you. That was good. Now, children, we will start in with our usual morning exercises. Stand up. Throw out your chest. Now, throw back your shoulders. Now, look at you without chest or shoulders. Pick them up again. Now, children, bend down. Stretch out your arms. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. John Wilson, don't jump.
I'm not jumping, teacher.
It's cancer baggies.
Oh, pardon me. And now, children, we will start with our music lesson. Frankie Parker, Jr. will sing his song for today, The Very Thought of You.
Oh, can I sing too, teacher?
Yes, John, but not as good as Parker. Children, quiet, children. That was Frankie Parker singing The Very Thought of You. Children, we will now start with our daily lessons. History first. Mary Livingston.
Yes, teacher.
Who was first in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen?
Washington.
Correct. And who was first in the American League?
Detroit, but it was Washington last year.
That's right. And who chopped down the cherry trees?
The Giants.
Right. They are first in the National League, yes. Frankie Parker, Jr.
Yes, teacher.
Frankie, who was the father of our country?
I don't know, but Eddie Cantor isn't doing bad.
No, Frankie. It was Washington.
Oh, he gets blamed for everything.
Miney Mo, stand up. Yes, teacher. How much is 11 and 9 divided by 2? Washington. You're wrong. Well, everybody else said Washington, and it was all right. Well, maybe I'm wrong. None of us are infallible. Fido, I'll get to you later. Don Bester, Jr.
Yes, teacher.
What are the 3 great products of the North?
The 3 great products of the North are automobiles, steel, and
the new General tires with the corkscrew grip. Corkscrews, that's right. Now, Mo, you tell me, what are the 3 great products of the South? Glass of school. Great. Quiet, children, please. You know your way.
Oh, I'm good. Secretary.
All right, Mary. Oh, get in that cabin. Frankie Parker, you have a chance to be president.
Yeah, the sweepstakes, too.
Yeah, about the fix. What do you want? That's fine. Tell me, what in of Louisiana's first name?
Roses are red, violets are blue. Turn along, Huey.
Oh, Huey, Tooey.
Not a hooey.
Yes, Fido, you can leave the room. Yes. We will now take up arithmetic. Don Bester, Jr., what state is the city of Newark in?
New Jersey.
Now we're getting someplace. Don Wilson, Jr., what state is Boise in?
I don't know.
That's right, Boise, Idaho. That is. And what other large city is in Idaho?
Jersey.
Boise and Girlsey, correct. Mary Livingston,
Yes, teacher.
name the largest city in the state of Washington.
The largest city in Washington is,
Now, come. Now, maybe I can help you. What do you do with your eyes?
T,
And what keeps the doctor away?
an apple.
Then, what is the largest city in Washington?
Seattle.
Seattle, Washington. That's right. Very good. And now, tell me, what state is Portland in?
Portland is in,
Oregon. That's it, Oregon. That's right. Portland, Oregon. Percival E. Clare.
Yes, teacher.
Never mind. Mary Livingston,
Yes, Cook.
stand up and tell the class what happened in 1776.
What street?
I mean, what happened in the year 1776?
Oh, that's way before my time. Why don't you ask Frankie Parker?
All right, sit down. Frankie Parker, what happened in the year 1776?
What?
17. Where did the Boston Tea Party take place?
I don't know. I drink coffee.
Does anybody in this classroom drink tea?
I drink beer, teacher.
All right, then. Where did the Boston Beer Party take place?
255 Clemens Street. You get free lunch with it.
Right. Mark down that number. We will now take up our spelling. Mary Livingston, spell chrysanthemum.
Sarah, I've got a cold and can't even smell it.
Then smell rose. Now, Don Bester Jr., tell me, who was the vulgar boatman?
Oh, I don't know. None of them are perfect.
Neither are you. Frankie Parker Jr.? Frankie Parker Jr.?
Likewise.
Likewise. What is an optimist?
An optimist is a man who makes eyeglasses.
Eyeglasses, an optimist. And what is an optician?
When a man puts a deposit on something, he takes an optician on it.
That's an option.
Well, yes, if you want to use slang.
Teacher. What is it, Mo?
I know what an optimist is.
What?
The British sailboat Endeavour.
Well, why is the Endeavor an optimist?
Because it's always chasing rainbow.
I get it. Chasing rainbow. And what is a rainbow, Mary?
Rainbow is a cloud with too much lip loose.
That's good.
I thought you'd like it.
Morton Downey, Jr. Morton, you haven't been paying attention to our program. What's on your mind? Now, look what you did. You woke up Fido. I'll have to ask him questions. Fido, how much are 2 and 2? 4. Thank heaven we have one intelligent pupil in this class.
I knew the answer, but I can't bark.
Oh. Now, Fido, who do you think won the big fight last Monday night? I don't know, but it cost me $10. But... Now, Fido, one more question. When you go out hunting, what animals do you catch?
Rabbit.
That's it, rabbit. And what's the synonym for rabbit? Come now. What's another word for rabbit? It's hare.
What?
Oh, you two, hair. What's on your head?
Please, he's only a dog.
Say, Jack, that's my joke.
I know, but it's his please. Get out of here, Fido. Get out. Go on. Out. Now, pupils, it's getting late, so I want to give you your homework for tomorrow. I want every one of you to know your lessons. There goes the bell. It's too late. School is over. Children, you can all go home. Goodbye, Good night, children. Goodbye, Johnny Woods. Thanks again for doing those imitations. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, Mary, come back here a minute.
What is it, teacher?
It's a writing pad and pencil. I want you to put a little ad in the newspaper.
All right, what'll I say?
For sale, first-class schoolhouse, suitable for garage, Chinese laundry, or high-class tap room. Money, no object. Must unload, as we are doing a play next week. Address J.B., Box 52, General Tire and Rubber Company, Akron, Ohio.
Anything else?
No. Good night, Mary.
So long, Toots.
That reminds me, how much is Toots and Toots?
4.
That's right. Play Toots. Or Don. I got it.
message is directed to the young businessmen of America, not only as a business opportunity, but without egotism, it can be spoken of as a mission that has a considerable bearing upon the safety and well-being of a vast percentage of the people, the motoring public. Among the car owners of America, there are probably few who have not realized from the frequently published figures the staggering loss of life and limb that is caused annually by skidding accidents. The skidding bill of America is bigger than the tire bill. That fact has stood constantly as a challenge to the tire industry. It has been intensified every year with the step-up in power and speed of automobiles. And every year, with pardonable pride, General Tire has managed to meet the challenge, in many cases, a year or two in advance of letter, including references direct to the General Tire and Rubber Company, Akron, Ohio. Inquiries should not be made in person or by telegraph. Once again, the address, the General Tire and Rubber Company, Akron, Ohio. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Quarter of a minute past 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Saving Time. WEAF, New York.
And now for that master golfer and talented violinist, Jack Benny.
That's me again. Thanks, Don. Well, I'm in a very good mood tonight. I just got back from Atlantic City and am feeling fine. You know, if you ever want 2 weeks rest, folks, go to Atlantic City for the weekend, then come back to New York and rest for 10 days. What a spot. In a way, it's like Coney Island. What I mean is it's the same ocean, only a finer piece of water. You see, in Atlantic City, the waves come rolling in a high-class way and very snappy. While at Coney Island, the waves are much older, having been used so much. And they just come rolling in any old way, lie down, and go blah. Of course, at Newport, they have a still better class of waves. There, they come rolling in with monocles, wearing spats and a cane.
Well, Jack, tell me, is there any difference in the bathing there? That's the same, isn't it?
No, Don, there is a difference. See, when you go bathing in Atlantic City, a bluefish or shark might take a nip at you. While if you're bathing at Coney Island, the chances are you'll be bitten by a herring. You know? Isn't that good?
It's all right.
But getting back to Atlantic City, they have those dog races down there this year. You know, those races where 7 or 8 dogs chase an electric rabbit? Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Well, I've never seen a dog race, Jack. How does it run?
Well, as I told you, an electric rabbit goes around on a rail, and as it passes the boxes where the dogs are, the dogs jump out, go woof woof, and you're out $6. Saturday night, I lost 10 races in a row and finally bet on the rabbit.
Well, Jack, you certainly must have won that one, didn't you?
No, there was a short circuit and the rabbit stopped. Everything happens to me, isn't it?
I've got to go down there sometime. How are the hotels in Atlantic City, Jack?
Oh, they have beautiful hotels down there. And a funny thing, they all have double names. You know, like the Ritz-Carlton, the Marlboro Blenheim, the Translux, all double names, huh?
Why, Jack, the Translux is a picture theater.
I know, but I slept there a couple of nights, too.
Well, why do all the hotels have double names?
Well, you see, down the rates are so reasonable. You take the Ritz-Carlton, for instance. It's only $5 a day, but when you check out, it's $10. 5 to Mr. Ritz and 5 to Mr. Carlton.
Good evening, fellas. How are you?
Oh, hello, Mary. Gee, you missed it, Mary. You should have been down to Atlantic City. I spent all week there.
Well, so did I, Jack. I just came from there.
You did? I didn't see you.
That's funny. I was in bathing every day. Wouldn't have hurt you either.
Oh, but there's so many other things to do down there. Did you see the beauty contest?
See it? I was in it.
How'd you make out?
Oh, I only went in for the fun of it. What do they know about beauty?
I see. Then you didn't win the contest, huh?
No. Who wants to be Miss America anyway? I like Miss Livingston better.
Well, who did win it?
Jean Harlow, and she didn't even show up.
Oh, so Jean Harlow won the contest. Who came in second?
The rabbit.
Oh. Well, don't worry, Mary. You'll win it next time. Where did you live in Atlantic City?
At the Belgian Stratford.
The Belgian Stratford? That's in Philadelphia.
Oh, no wonder it was such a long walk to the beach.
Isn't that awful? Goody, isn't that awful? Mary,
Mary, if you ever go to Chicago, there's a nice hotel in Kansas City. You must stop there.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hello, Jack. Ask me something.
Hello. Hello, Frank. Where were you over the weekend?
No place. I just came home with the Parker.
Oh, the Parker house. That's a nice place. And what did you do?
Oh, I just sat home and read the papers.
If you ask me, he looks better than any of us.
That's what I mean. You know, if you want a nice rest, folks, sit home and read the papers.
I agree with you there, Jack.
You know, isn't it funny, Wilson? Frank Parker stayed home, had a nice rest, and isn't a bit tired. While we all went away for a rest and came back tired.
And speaking of tired, the General Tired is not only safer, but it's outstanding beauty and smartness to any car. And of first importance, it's blowout-proof.
Did it win any beauty contest, Don?
No, but it could amongst tires.
Not with Jim Hollow around.
That's your cue. Play, Don. Good, very good, very good. That was, there's a house in Harlem for sale, played by Don Bester and his Connecticut yokels. Say, Don, where were you over the weekend?
Well, I was down in Atlantic City, too, Jack.
Isn't that funny? We were all down there and nobody saw each other. Did you bathe there, Don?
No, I took a bath before I left.
Oh, so you went down there for pleasure, I see. Where'd you live?
Well, I lived at the Park Vendome Plaza.
Oh, 3 names. So you must have paid $15 a day.
Yes, fine.
You didn't stop at the 4 Marx Brothers Biltmore Groucho. You'd have paid plenty, huh? Say, Don, I notice you're getting quite a few new men in your orchestra. Last week a xylophone player. This week I see you have a new bass fiddle.
Where?
Over there, Don.
That's not a bass fiddle.
That's Sophie Tucker watching our show.
Oh, pardon me.
Hello, So.
Don, tell those people not to sit so close to the orchestra. And now tonight, folks, as the feature attraction of our program, we are offering to you, without warning, the outstanding screenplay of the 1934 season. That great film masterpiece, The House of Rawchild. Rawchild. Not the number 2 company, but with the original cast. And we are here to prove it by bringing the leading man to the microphone. Step right over here, sir. What is your name?
My name is Arliss.
Arliss. There you are, folks. And your first name?
Gussie.
I'm supposed to have the laugh at the finish, but I'll never get to it, huh? You see, folks, we spare no expense. This play tonight will cost us about $100,000 and 200,000 listeners. Now, those of you who have seen this picture, The House of Rawchild, will remember that famous family of fine financiers from Frankfurt. You'll remember how old Meyer Rawchild called his sons together and sent each one to a different place to amass a fortune and build up the name of Rawchild. One son remained in Frankfurt. Another son went to Hamburg. A third son to Liverpool. While the fourth son went to Delhi, India, where he opened a Delhi Catessen store. There will now be a slight pause while your listeners go through your ice boxes looking for some of these towns. Well, anyway, tonight we are presenting this drama, The House of... Hey, stenographer, why did you spell house with an L?
I saw the rehearsal.
Oh, pardon me. And now, while the carpenters are building the House of Rawchild, Frank Parker of the House of Parkers, who are very rich and tenor singers, will sing For All We Know.
Oh, Jack, what part do I play?
Well, as long as you didn't win a beauty contest, you can play the part of Boris Karloff.
Oh, Loretta Young, thank you.
Play, Don. That was For All We Know, sung by Frank Parker. And very good, Frank, very good.
You say that every week.
Yes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our dramatic offering, which we will call The Rise of the House of Rawchild. Now, what a crowd we have here tonight, folks. The place is packed. We have turned hundreds away and thousands went away themselves. The ushers are now seating the last few people, and pretty soon there will be standing room only. The orchestra is coming in now.
Let me see your check, mister. Now, let's see. Row A. That's way in the back.
Row A in the back? Why, that's generally up front.
Well, we had to put the first row in the back to give us more room.
Why, this is an outrage. It's scandalous.
I'll take scandalous as long as they're healthy.
Peanuts, chocolate bars, and magazines. Get your magazines here. You can't enjoy the show without a magazine. It's a fine start. Have something to read while the show is going on.
Oh, Doctor, where are these seats? Where are these seats, please?
Pardon me, folks. We're short of us. Let me see your check, madam.
What a theater this is. I've been standing here for 2 hours.
I'm sorry, madam. You'll have to stand here another month. These tickets are for the Joe Penner program.
Thank you. I'll be back.
You're welcome.
Your check, please.
Here you are.
M32 and 34. I'm sorry, sir, but there are 4 people sitting there now.
But I have a stubs, M32 and 34. I demand these seats.
Oh, all right. Hey, mister, you and your wife and kids will have to get out of those 2 seats.
Well, we won't.
See, I told you. Take your old stubs and go on home. Check, please.
Get your lemonade here. Lemonade, electric fans, and playing cards. You can't enjoy the show without a cool game of bridge.
A lemonade.
Yes. Usher, can I have a program, please?
Here you are, sir.
Thanks. Wait a minute. This program is for Men in White.
That's a good show, too.
Oh, Mary, here's a fellow who has a ticket for a box. Have we any boxers?
Yeah, but we'll have to take the tomatoes out.
Oh,
Get your General Tires here. You can't enjoy your trip home without a General Tire.
I'll have one of those.
Here you are, sir. Here's one with the silent safety tread. And are they blowout proof?
Yeah, but don't blow out till the show is over.
Hey, when does the show start?
Quiet.
Let me have your check, mister. Oh, that's standing room.
How long will I have to stand, miss?
Until Jack starts acting, then there'll be plenty of seats.
Thank you.
Gee, you're handsome. Take your seat, Toots. Don't be a fool.
Well, I guess we're almost ready now. Hey, you in the third row. The people behind you can't see. You'll have to take off your hat.
What?
I say you'll have to take off your hat.
My what?
Oh, you again. Your hat. What's on your head?
Vaseline, I'm going to a dance.
Anyway, we didn't say Sergeant O'Hare. Well, let's get the play started. Overture, Don.
Overture, Farewell to Arms, played by Don Besser and his orchestra. And now for our play, The Rise of the House of Rawchild. The opening scene takes place in the Rawchild house in Frankfurt. Is my mouth watering? Curtain. Music, Don.
kind of chilly tonight. I don't think I'll go out of the house.
That's right, Meyer. It is cold.
I think I'll sit home and read. Bring me a book, Sarah.
Yes, dear. Which book do you want? First National Bank or Guaranteed Trust?
Oh, I've read them over and over again. How's that Federal Reserve? Have you read it, Sarah?
No, but here's a copy of Irving Trust. You'll like that.
I think I'll have to get some new books. I've lost interest in those. How much money have we got now, Sarah?
We have $2,500,000,000 golden.
Ah, Gulden.
And today is our golden anniversary.
Well, here's $1. Go out and buy yourself something.
Is that all I get?
We must save every penny. For in money there is power.
I'll answer the door, Meyer.
Be careful who it is. I don't want any of those title moochers around. If it's Napoleon, I'm out.
Who do you wish to see?
I am the Prince of Pilsner, Buck and Lager, and I want to see my Rawchild.
Tell him I'm out.
He's out.
I believe you, but not him. Hello, Meyer.
Hello, Prince, you old dog. What can I do for you?
Well, Meyer, I am here on a very touching mission. My country is on the bomb again.
Mm-hmm.
Could you let me have 20 million gulden till payday?
When is payday?
I often wonder.
What is the trouble with your country?
Well, we had a big crap game with Bulgaria, and they took us.
Same thing happened to me in Atlantic City. 20 million gulden.
Hey, Usher, where are my seats?
Let me see your check. Hold the show a minute, Jack. 4 and 6, right here. Okay, go ahead, Jack.
20 million gulden. How much is that?
$35.
You had me scared for a while, Prince. What security have you?
Eh?
Oh, again. I said, what security have you?
What security? I have a World Series ticket to be played between the White Sox and Cincinnati.
Oh, no security, eh? Well, Prince, you can have the money. But remember, I shall expect favors from your kingdom.
Thank you, Meyer. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Likewise. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Why did you give him that money, Meyer?
Because it's a good investment. The Prince of Pilsner, Backenlager, is a good friend to have. You can't tell when he will throw something our way.
That goes for the audience, too.
Quiet. Sarah, I have an idea. An idea that will make me the power of the world, as sure as my name is not George Arliss.
You're telling us.
Yes, Sarah, I have a great idea. Call up the King of Spain at once.
The King of Spain is in France.
Well, call up the King of France.
He's in Spain.
I see. Then get me the President of Cuba.
He's in Montreal.
Well, never mind. Bring me my pipe.
Falling down, falling down, falling down. Now the bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Hey, you're it. What is that, Sarah? What's all that noise going around here?
Those are your sons playing in the backyard.
Playing, always playing. I must make them useful. Come in here. Call them in.
Come into the house, children. The old man wants you.
We want to play.
Come in, I say, you young scallywags.
Oh, all right.
Now sit down, all of you. Fine boys, Carl, Solomon, and Nathan, wasting your time playing in the yard. Fine Rawchilds you are. How old are you now, Nathan?
67, Father.
Well, it's about time you got out in the world and made a living for yourself. How old are you, Solomon?
64.
You're old enough to do something, too. And how old are you, Carl?
48, Paul.
Well, you can hang around the house for a while yet. Listen, my sons, you're getting to an age when you should be making a little money. Remember, in this world, money is power. So let's get together and make the house of Rawchild the powerhouse of the world.
Yay, Father.
And for heaven's sake, shave off those beards and uphold the house of Rawchild.
You look more like the House of David to me. This is the worst show I've ever seen.
Now, you little shavers, I'm going to give each of you some money and send you to different countries and expect you to become a financial wizard. You understand?
Yay, Father.
Now, you, Carl, here is 50,000 gulden. I want you to go to Saratoga and establish the name of Rawchild.
Thanks, Father, I will.
And remember, be shrewd. Nothing but plays and show, and look out for muddy tracks. Good luck to you.
I'll need it. Goodbye.
And you, Solomon, here's 200,000 gulden. I want you to go to Hollywood. Al Roach is making our game comedy, and I want you to be one of the Rawchild. Yes, Father. Go, my son, and hold up your head. Be a cocky Rawchild. Now, you, Nathan. Yes, Father. Here is 5 gulden. You know where you can go. I get it. So long, Father. Goodbye. Ah, there they go. My 3 sons.
Well, Peter, how about me? Have you forgotten me?
Oh, another son. I have so many. What's your name?
Sandy Rawchild.
Well, I don't have to tell you anything. You'll save yours.
Goodbye, Peter.
Go, Sandy, and remember, save every penny. For in money, there is power.
And for a small amount of this power, you can buy the General Blowout-proof tire on convenient terms through your General Tire dealers.
I think I'll send him to China.
And now for the second act. The House of Rawchild 3 months later.
Sarah, get me something to read. I'm going mad. I only made 9 million gulden today and had to loan it to bolster up the Swiss Navy. Has the mail come in yet?
Yes, Myra, but there's nothing for you.
Funny, we haven't heard from the boys. I wonder how they've been doing.
There's a freight train coming in. Maybe they're on that.
Maybe. The phone. I'll answer it. Hello?
Hello? Is this the General Tire Theater?
Yes.
What's playing there?
The Rise of the House of Rawchild.
Oh, excuse me. I'm looking for the Rise of the Goldbergs.
You have the wrong number. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Sergeant O'Hare.
I thought that call might be from the boys. Why don't they write to me? Answer the door, Sarah.
Why, it's our children.
Hello,
Carl, Nathan, Solomon.
Ah, my sons. Come here to your father. Tell me, boys, how did you do? You, Carl, did you establish the name of Rawchild in Saratoga?
Yes, Father. Everybody's got an IOU with our names on it.
Go back in the yard and play. And you, Solomon, how did you do in Hollywood?
Great, Father, but I'm broke.
What happened to the 200,000 gulden I gave you?
I met Peggy Joyce.
Oh. Well, you, Nathan, I only gave you 5 gulden. Have you any of that left?
Yes, Pa, I still have $1.50 of gulden.
Keep the gulden. Give me the $1.50. Where's Sandy?
He's up in the Northwest where he established the House of Rawchild.
I knew Sandy would make good. What's he doing up there?
He's selling General Tires to the Northwest Mounted Police.
Ah, true boy.
Hurrah for Sandy!
Come in.
Hello, Maya.
Ah, the Prince of Pilsner, Bach and Lager. Maybe he came back to pay me the money he borrowed. How are you, Prince?
I'm fine, Maya.
What can I do for you?
I have come on for another touchy mission.
You have what?
I have come on another touchy mission. My poor country is on the bum again. Could you lend me 10 million gulden until we get on our feet?
10 million gulden? What became of the 20 million I loaned you?
The Bulgarians took us again.
Oh, play, Don. Sarah, close up the House of Rawchild. Number of the 21st program in the General Tire series. And we'll be with you again next Friday night. I do hope you all liked our little play, The Rise of the House of Rawchild. Remember, there's a moral to it. Save your pennies. For in money there is power.
Oh, Jack.
What is it, Mary?
You didn't give me my power for last week.
Oh, good night, folks.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
K-I-B-M
Don Bester and his orchestra. And the orchestra opens the program with Sunny Disposition. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the world's greatest assistant comedian, Mr. Jack Benny.
Hello, everybody. How's that, Wilson?
Oh, gee, that's a different start, Jack. Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir. Came right out of my head, just like that.
Oh, go on. I saw you mark that down on your cuff 8 days ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It came right off me. It came right off my cuff. You know, Don, in my 2 years and a half on the air, this is the earliest I've ever been on. But it's really dinner time around the country. You know, imagine how many people are sitting at their tables right now listening to me and eating Jell-O.
Imagine how many people are not listening to you and eating Jell-O.
Quiet, Wilson. Quiet, you're giving our new sponsors a thought. You know? But listen, Don, before we go any further on this program, we've got to have an understanding.
Well, what is it?
Now, get this. There's to be no advertising on this program during our sketches or while we're telling jokes. Remember that. Don't keep coming in with a commercial every minute.
Well, how do you mean, Jack?
Well, if I should happen to mention Los Angeles, California, don't you butt in and say Los Angelo. You see it here.
Oh, I see, Jack.
You see, it doesn't fit here.
Oh, I see, Jack. I'll only mention it in natural places.
Yes. And say, Wilson, we're just starting on this program. I know that you already have some of our new product on your neckties.
Well, you see, Jack, I bought 6 different colored neckties to match the 6 flavors of Jell-O.
I know, but you got strawberry flavor on an orange tie. You know.
All right, Jack. All right. Go ahead with the program.
Come in.
Good evening, Mr. Benny. Mary Livingston is my name.
Well, hello, Mary. I'm glad you got here kind of early this evening. After all, it's a new program. We want to be on our toes. Have you got any good jokes for tonight?
Well, I should hope to smoke a herring.
Oh.
I made up a good joke about blowout-proof and the silent safety tread.
Mary, you should have made that up 2 weeks ago. It's too late now.
Well, it takes time, but I certainly get them.
I'll bet out who won the World Series. I'll bet you just found out who won the World.
Get them. I certainly get them.
I'll bet you just found out who won the World Series.
Oh, has that started already?
Come on, will you give us a joke or a riddle? Here we are in a new program, and I'm stuck without a joke. Huh?
All right, here's one. Now listen. It's not my sister. It's not my brother. Still, it's the offspring of my father and mother. Who is it?
I don't know. Who is it?
It's me. But if you tell a joke, it's you.
Say, that's a natural. Listen. Look, make believe it's mine, Mary, and I'll tell it to Wilson. Hey, say, Wilson.
Yes, Jack.
It's not your sister. It's not your brother. Still, it's the offspring of your father and mother. Who is it?
I haven't got a sister, Jack.
But it's only a joke, Don.
Well, it might be a joke to you, but I wish I had a sister.
Oh, well, what's to you, Phil?
What's the matter, fellas?
Oh, hello, Parker. Come here, Frank. Frank, you have a sense of humor. It's not your sister. It's not your brother. Still, it's the offspring of your father and mother. Who is it?
I don't know. I haven't been home in months.
Well, we're certainly starting out fine. Listen, Parker, this is a new program. Have you got any jokes of your own?
Well, I should hope to smuggle a Chinaman.
Smoke a herring, smuggle a Chinaman. All right, let's hear it.
Well, what is it that has 4 legs and flies?
That ought to be good. What is it has 4 legs and flies?
A fox terrier.
That has 4 legs and fleas.
That's right. That's right.
Say, fleas, flies, as long as he's healthy.
Oh, hello, Jack. It's Don Bester, folks, a musician, but a gentleman nevertheless. Say, Bester, it's not your father and not your mother. Then worry about it. Mother, not your mother. Then why worry about it? Say, Bester, listen, I'm having so much trouble on this series already. Have you got a new joke for this program?
I should hope to kiss an oyster.
Listen, I wish you people would stop quoting Shakespeare.
Oh, you're jealous because we know so much.
I'm not jealous.
He is Jello's, and that reminds me of Jello's extra rich fruit flavor. New exclusive process, right into a tiny crystal.
Say Besser. A favor. What is it, Jack? Play, Don. The same old trouble. Thank heaven. Was Cool and Crazy Rhythm, played by Don Besser and his Yellow Tears. And now, folks, program, we are going to inaugurate a series of guest stars and try to have one or two for you on each of our future broadcasts. In fact, we have already arranged for several distinguished artists who have laid off successfully from stage, screen, and radio. And tonight we have a trio that comes to you direct from the Palace Theater, New York, where they saw the show from the balcony and liked it. So I now take great pleasure in introducing to you the three Chicken Sisters from New Orleans.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
By the way, weren't you girls on one of my programs before?
Yes, but we changed our name. We ain't the Chicken Sisters anymore.
Well, that's a very good idea, particularly in show business. What do you call yourselves now?
The Dean Sisters.
The Dean Sisters. That's a nice name. The Dean Sisters. Which one are you?
I'm Dizzy. She's Daffy.
Well, Dizzy and Daffy. And you, little girl on the end there, what's your name?
Nutsy.
Dizzy, Daffy, and Nutsy Dean. Are you the only three girls in your family?
No, we have a sister at home.
Another sister, huh? What's her name?
Gunga.
Oh, Gunga Dean, I see. Gunga Dean, huh?
Yes, and she's a better girl than we are.
Who?
Gunga Dean.
That was Gunga Dean, folks, by the three Dean sisters. Well, tell me, have you girls ever been on the air before?
Yes, we flew here from New Orleans.
Oh, I see. You flew here by aeroplane, huh?
No, we're three old crows and took advantage of it.
Well, that certainly takes the worry off my mind. All right now, girls, what songs do you know? Huh?
Anything at all. What would you like to hear?
Well, I'd like to have you sing Two Cigarettes in the Dark.
We'd rather sing it with the lights on.
Oh.
You know, we're not as dumb as we look. We couldn't be.
Well, you've got to sing something. Do you like Cocktails for Two?
Yes, but there's three of us.
Well, all right, girls, sing anything you want, but get together and do the best you can. Remember, this might mean a contract for you, but you can bet me it won't. I haven't lost a bet in 10 years. Now, what are you going to sing?
A Hillbilly song.
Hillbilly? You mean hillbilly? Oh, I see. You happen to be girls. I see. Well, let's hear it. Did you give Mr. Besser your music?
Yes, sir.
All right, Don. Give them an introduction. Ought to be very good, I think.
We can...
Wow. Well, all I can say is that was great, girls.
Did you like it?
I certainly did. I'm a sucker for talent.
Well, what do you think we ought to do?
Just keep rolling down the mountain. Just keep rolling down the mountain. Just keep rolling down until you break your neck.
Wow, wow, wow.
Girls, look, make believe there's a fire here and run to the nearest exit.
Thank you.
Play, Don, will you? And now Frank Parker, a hallbilly, will make amends by singing... What would you like to sing, Frank?
Oh, I don't care. Anything you want, Jack.
Well, how do you like Tea for Two? That was Frank Parker, who double-crossed us and sang Smoke Gets in Your Eyes from Roberta. And now tonight, folks, for our feature attraction, we are going to do something really educational, away from the usual line of hokum. Of course, by now, you know what program this is. We are connected with a product sold by thousands and thousands of grocers. And tonight we will attempt to show these grocery men how to stimulate business and, of course, help this program. So we'll present to you a scene from the J. Benny Grocery Store. Wilson, will you take it while I put on my white apron?
The J. Benny Grocery Store is located in a little town in New Hampshire. The time is 6 a.m. proprietor is just arriving and finds Mary, his chief clerk, getting ready for the day's work.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Squire Benny.
Stop using that bottle of ketchup for lipstick. What are you doing there, Mary?
I'm fixing up the delicatessen counter. No matter how you arrange it, it's still baloney.
Answer the phone, Mary, and cut out the dialect.
Hello? Yes? Yes?
Who is it?
Mrs. Blinsa.
Oh.
She wants some split peas.
Tell her we're not splitting any today. She'll take them whole or nothing.
We can't split peas. Goodbye.
Good morning, Mrs. Borsmeyer. What'll it be this morning?
I want a dozen eggs.
What kind of eggs? We have some for 50 cents, some for 30, and some for 20.
Well, how are the 20-cent ones?
Rotten.
Mary.
Well, what's the difference between the 30-cent eggs and the 50-cent ones?
Well, they look alike, but I can show you the difference. We have the two hens here that laid those eggs.
Not the chicken sisters.
No, the hens. The hens. Now, here's the hen that laid the 30-cent egg. Say something, hen. And here's the hen that laid the 50-cent egg. That's what you're paying for, madam.
Well, I don't like that either. I'll take the 20-cent egg.
It's too late. There's chickens now.
Then give me a pound of chicken.
All right. Anything else?
I'll look around the store and see.
Hello, stranger. What do you have?
Well, I don't know what I want, but I don't like spinach.
Oh, well, Zeb Parker. I didn't recognize you. How's the rheumatism in your leg?
Well, it's in my shoulder now.
Leg, shoulder, as long as you're healthy.
Well, Zeb, what'll it be this morning?
I think I'll take some cheese.
What kind?
Oh, I like any kind of cheese. I guess it's the rat in me.
Well, here's some nice Swiss cheese.
Yes, I'll take half a pound.
All right, that'll be 25 cents.
Hey, it's marked 20 cents.
I know, but there's a nickel deposit on the whole. When you return the whole, you get a nickel back.
Yes, if I don't get it by a cracker, you'll be full of holes.
Jack, you must be wearing Swiss socks. They're full of holes, too.
Yes, ma'am, what'll it be today?
I want some spice.
Spice? Not on this program. We have to be careful.
Well, then give me a pound of rice.
A pound of rice?
Yes, and send it, please.
Yes, ma'am. What's the name?
Goldberg.
Mark that down, Mary.
I've got it. Rice for the Goldberg.
And the other program?
That'll be all for today. Oh, hello, Mrs. Borsmeyer. How are you, Mrs. Goldberg? How's your husband? Fine, thank you. Oh,
well, Jane, I've got to run along now. So long.
Sure, there's nothing else you want, Zeb?
Oh, yes. I'd like to get some squash.
We're all out of squash, Zeb. We got some nice pumpkins.
What?
Pumpkins.
I don't get that.
Pumpkins. What do you have for Thanksgiving dinner?
My relatives, they drive me nuts.
I like the O'Hare joke better. Mary, wait on that customer, will you?
What do you have, miss?
I'd like to see some prunes.
Jack, there's a lady here who wants to see you and Parker.
No, not those prunes.
Well, here are some nice prunes, madam, right in this box here.
Oh, those are old and wrinkled. Haven't you got any new prunes?
No, but we have these cleaned and pressed. How many do you want?
Oh, about 3. I'm trimming my hat.
Mary, you better take her. It's out of my line.
You'll have to wait for the prunes, madam. Anything else?
Let me see.
How about a head of lettuce?
I've got one.
You're telling me.
Mary.
Well, never mind. Give me some barley and carrots. I'll make clam chowder.
How about some clams?
No, I don't want to spoil it. Hello, Mrs. Sid. Well, Mrs. Borsmeyer and Mrs. Goldberg. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Oh, do you women know each other?
Do we?
We came rolling down the mountain. We came rolling down the mountain. We came rolling.
Hello, Bester. Play, John. From the motion picture, The Gay Divorcee, played by Zeke Bester in his backyard. Throw him a coin, Mary. Throw him a coin.
Well, Squire, we certainly had a busy morning.
Yep. Oh, by the way, has that Zeke Bester paid his bill yet?
No, he hasn't paid since 1914.
If he keeps that up, we'll have to stop his credit.
Here comes Zeke now.
Hello, Zeke.
How are you, Jay?
Pretty good for Bester, isn't it? There's a pretty good roof there. How's crop?
Very bad. Farmer's suffering from the drought. Ain't had no water in weeks.
I think his neck is suffering, too.
What are you talking about, Zeke? It rained all last week.
And what good did that do me? I was out of town.
Oh, yes, you're in Philadelphia this week at the Earl Theater, aren't you? What do you have, Mrs. Anchovy?
I want a raisin cake, and be sure they're raisins.
Why? What was the matter with that raisin cake I sold you yesterday?
I opened it, and 4 and 20 blackbirds flew out.
Here's your cake, Mrs. Anchovy. Anything else?
Let me see. Oh, yes, I want some dog biscuits.
Shall I send them, or will you eat them here?
Why, the idea. That's an insult.
My daughter.
Well, hello there. Hello, Lem.
Sam is the name, S-K-M.
Oh.
How are you, Miss Levinsky?
That's Livingston.
Pardon my southern accent.
Well, Sam, what's new?
Nothing special. I was just sitting around home listening to the radio, and did I hear a funny joke? Oh, my.
What was it? What was the joke?
A girl says to a fella, it's not your sister, it's not your uncle, still it's a cousin of your mother and father. What is it?
I don't know. What is it?
4 eggs and flies.
I don't see the point. What are you laughing at?
It's a habit I got when I hear a joke.
What a joke.
All right, Sam, what do you have today?
Now, let me see. Have you got any ham?
Ham, yes.
Keep it. I want a herring, and it shouldn't smell from herring.
Mary, get him a herring. It shouldn't smell from herring.
I'll put some Christmas night on it. Here you are.
Hey, wait a minute. This herring is very bad. He looks like he didn't sleep all night.
He stays up and watches the store.
Well, give me one that ain't working.
Give him the herring for nothing, Jack, or we'll have to open a window.
Never mind. I think I'll have some of that smoked salmon over there.
That's not smoked salmon. That's ham.
You have the education. I'm hungry.
Mary, wrap it up for him. That'll be 40 cents.
Charge it.
Where do you live?
Likewise.
Hello, Sam. Hello, Yak.
Oh, hello, Mr. Olson. What do you have?
I've sent me to buy some yellow.
Some what?
Yellow.
I'm afraid of this customer. Yellow what? We have yellow lemons, yellow bananas.
No, just plain yellow. Yellow.
Oh, you mean Jello.
That's what I've been told you, yellow.
Those Italians kill me.
Here you are, Mr. Olson.
Really, take you go home now.
Well, goodbye, Jack.
Goodbye, Sam. Well, Mary, clean up the counters. We might as well go close up the store.
Yes, Jack, I wish you would. I have a date in Jersey City.
That's Jersey City, huh?
You have the education. I've got the date.
Well, play, Don, play.
For the wire, and congratulations on your new show. You know, folks, Lanny is starring in The Log Cabin Inn every Wednesday night. Look it up in your local newspaper and tune in next Wednesday. It's a grand program.
The new series. And Wilson, if you run into Lanny Ross, thank him on behalf of all of us. Come on, Mary, let's go.
Oh, Jack, what program are we on now?
Jello.
Oh, I never can find out anything from you.
Good night, folks. Good night.
Program starring Jack Benny with Don Bester and his orchestra. And the orchestra opens the program with It's Fun to Be Fools from Life Begins at 8:40. And now we bring you the only rival of Popeye the Sailor, Jack Benny.
Hello, everybody. This is Jack Benny with a good, snappy show full of pep, and we're all on our heels, raring to go.
Hey, Jack, what's the matter with you tonight? You look all worn out.
What do you mean, Don?
Well, you look tired. Your eyes are baggy.
It's all right. I'll have them fresh in the morning, you know? You see, Don, I've been rehearsing day and night for the past 2 weeks with a show called Bring On the Girls, and we open in Washington tomorrow.
Oh, you're going with the show, eh?
Yeah, the drama finally got me.
But tell me, Jack, do you have a big part?
Don't be silly. I'm playing the most important part in the show.
Oh, then you're the leading man. I see.
No, not exactly. But in the first act, there's a scene where I open the door for the leading man to make his entrance. You see?
Well, that's not...
It's not, eh? If I'm not there, he doesn't get in. Where's your show?
Why, certainly, of course. And say, what about that picture of yours that opens next week, Transatlantic Merry-Go-Round?
Well, what about it?
Well, do you open doors in the picture, too?
No, I really have the star part in that. You see, it's a mystery, Don. You see, and right at the very opening of the picture, I'm found dead in a stateroom. See?
Well, what makes that part so important?
Well, I'm the fella they talk about for the rest of the picture.
Well, I'm surely going over and see it next week, Jack.
Get in early, Don. You know I die in the first scene. You know?
Oh, Jack. Hello, Don.
It's a nice entrance, Mary, yawning. What makes you so tired?
I don't know. I slept all afternoon and I'm just all in.
Well, how'd you get tired sleeping all day?
I dreamt I was a 6-day bicycle rider, and 6 days on a bicycle is too much, believe me.
Mary, look at Mary. Why don't you dream you're a turtle and take it easy?
I did, and a rabbit chased me all over town.
Oh, hello, everybody. Good yawning, folks.
Good yawning? Oh, you too? Gee, Parker, what makes you so tired? Hey, Mary, that's my line. Wait a minute.
Well, who wouldn't be tired? Say, you know what I just saw?
What?
I just saw a horse pull a wagon up a steep hill.
Well, why should that make you tired?
Well, you try pulling a wagon up a steep hill.
Wait a minute, Fry. Did you pull the wagon or did the horse do it?
What's the difference as long as we're both healthy?
Yeah. Say, look, there's Don Bester over there. Say, Don, how is it you're not all in?
Well, I stay up nights and take care of myself.
Oh. You're different, I see. Don, you better get some sleep tonight and stop impersonating George Arliss, you know? Come on, everybody, get on your toes. Let's get this program started. Mary, have you any jokes for tonight?
No, Jack, but I wrote a poem all about fall.
Mary, will you stop with those silly poems already?
But, Jack, I haven't written one since Labor Day. Oh, Labor Day.
All right, listen. Go ahead, read your poem.
The title is Fall is Here.
Fall is here. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Fall is here. Oh, fall is here. Trees are bare most everywhere. 'Cause fall is here. Oh, boy. Daylight saving time has ended, and it's dark at 5 o'clock. Acorns falling from the elm trees. Overcoats come out of hawks.
So that gives me a thought, Mary. Go ahead.
Leaves are rooty in the valley. Dizzy beans have gone to roost. Birds are flying to the Southland for a drink of orange juice.
Orange juice, that rhymes. Yeah, go ahead.
Fall is here. Oh, fall is here. Then comes winter and the spring. Then comes June, July, and August. Then the fall.
June, July, and August.
Yes.
That couldn't be July, could it?
Yes, but delicious flavors: strawberry, raspberry, cherry, lemon, orange, and lime.
Then you know that fall is here and with us all the time.
Mary, did you really write that poem?
No, I stole it from Henry W. Longfellow.
Play, Don. June, July, and August. What kind of... Rock and roll from the motion picture Transatlantic Merry-Go-Round, played by Don Bester and the boys. And now tonight, folks, we are continuing our policy of giving you a guest star on each program. Last week we gave you those priceless entertainers, the three Chicken Sisters.
What do you mean priceless, Jack?
I don't want them again at any price. But this program did them no harm, as they were immediately engaged at the Waldorf Biltmore for the floor show. where they are doing a number with pail and mop and cleaning out. And now, I put that in myself. And now tonight, folks, after a fist fight with hundreds of other programs, we have secured for you a great violin virtuoso who comes direct from Boston via Lynn. Get it? Via Lynn. Lynn is near Boston, see? Get that joke, Mary?
Who wants it?
Oh, all right. I now take great pleasure in introducing to you that marvel of the violin, the great Senor Fett. Say something, Mr. Fett.
I am glad for to be here tonight because it's raining outside.
And we're glad to have you with us. Now tell me, Mr. Fett, what is your first name?
Oh, just call me Hi.
Call you what?
Hi.
Oh, Hi Fett. I see. I thought that name sounded familiar. Are there any other musicians in your family?
Oh, yes. I have a little brother who plays very good fiddle, too.
Is that so? What's his name?
Lo.
Oh, Low Fets and High Fets, I think. Where are you boys from?
Philadelphia.
Well, no wonder. Comes natural, huh? Say, that's a pretty good violin you've got there. Is that a Stradivarius?
No, Sears Roebuck here.
Oh, $5 down to you?
And $1 a week here.
Well, Fetsy, how about giving us a little tune?
A pleasure.
Starts out well. Well, you're a little tired, too. Say, I notice you play with only 4 fingers, Mr. Fetz. Don't you use your thumb?
My thumb is sore from hitchhiking.
I see. You were... I can readily believe that. You were making a concert tour.
Yes.
Did you make this trip alone?
No, with a tin cup.
Oh.
You're a bum.
Wait a minute. Who called this artist a bum?
Who called this bum an artist?
Mary. Now tell me, Mr. Fetz, were you always a violin player?
No, I started with the cello.
Well, that's about the same as the violin, isn't it?
Yes, I played the cello for 5 years, and that gave me the technique for the violin.
I see, and you owe it all to cello. Huh?
Yes.
And hundreds of other artists have said the same thing about Jell-O with its new, fresh, rich fruit flavor.
Wilson, he said cello, not Jell-O.
Oh, pardon me, Jack. I'm a little over-anxious.
What does he want?
Don't worry about Wilson. You see, if it wasn't for him, you and I wouldn't be here tonight.
I see.
Go ahead, Mr. Fetz. Play something.
What would you like? After all, I'm here to please you.
Well, do you know, let's see, do you know Chopin's St. Louis Mama?
I am an artist, not a stool pigeon.
Well, play anything at all. I don't care. Let's see. Now, are you familiar with Mendelssohn's Wedding March?
Am I? 4 times.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. That was my line, oh, I see. You have the next one. That's it. It's all right, Mr. Fetz, you know.
But, Mr. Benny, I forgot to tell you, I am also a trick violinist.
What trick violinist? Why didn't you say so?
Sure. Here's a list of my tricks. I have them all written out.
I see. You do all these tricks in the order in which they're written?
Yes, sir.
Let me see. Number 1, all right. His first trick, ladies and gentlemen, will be playing a violin and musical saw at the same time. That ought to be good. A violin and a saw. All right, go ahead, Betsy. Mary, save the sawdust. We can use it in the grocery store. Now, his next trick, ladies and gentlemen, will be playing a violin and saxophone simultaneously and riding home for money at the same time. Ready? Go. He's still riding home for money. Now, Mr. Fetz, I'd like to suggest a trick. Do you mind?
Not at all.
I'd like to hear you play the violin, cornet, Jew's harp, and bass drum while marching out of the studio in perfect rhythm. Is that clear?
Okay.
All right. Have you got all your instruments?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go. That's it. Now, right out of the studio. radio. That's it. Right, Mary, quick, slam the door. And now Frank Parker. Frank Parker, our weekly guest star, will sing One Night of Love.
Do you want any tricks, Jack?
No, Frank, put down that saw. You'll cut yourself. Parker got more applause than I did. That was Frank Parker singing One Night of Love from the motion picture of the same name. And now, ladies and gentlemen, owing to a very good business last week, the J. Benny Grocery Store will continue for another week with a fresh supply of new groceries, new customers, but the same eggs. Wilson, tell the folks what happens next while I bring in the sack of potatoes.
The place is Old New Hampshire. The time is 7 a.m. The proprietor is just arriving and finds Mary, his chief clerk, getting ready for the day's work.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Squire Benny.
What are you marking on those signs?
Well, I'm making up a special sale on soap today, 3 for quarter.
How much were they before?
5 cents case.
Well, you've certainly got a head on you.
So has a glass of beer.
That's darn good. Good morning, Mrs. Borsmeyer. I see you're here bright and early.
Why shouldn't I be? I bought some eggs here last week and my son left home.
Why didn't you bring the eggs back?
Not until my husband leaves, too.
What was the matter with those eggs?
The yolks were old.
Old yolks? Well, don't forget, this is a radio program. Is there, didn't think that was going to go that good. Is there anything else, you wanted today?
Yes. I'll take this piece of French pastry. That's my hat. Put it down.
I guess the cherries fooled you. Is there something else you'd like?
No, that'll be all. Thank you.
Good morning, Jay.
Morning, Zeb. Well, Zeb Parker, how be ya?
I be all right. How be you be?
Fine couple of hittens.
Rubes.
Fine couple of rubes.
Now, you'll have to repeat it. What can I do for you, Zeb?
Well, I want some pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel, eh? Well, we're all out of pumps.
Well, then give me the nickel. I want a telephone.
Oh, pumping me for a nickel, eh? Zeb, they tell me you've been down to the city. Been a-cutting up, eh?
Yes, sirree. I saw a Burlicue show the other night.
You did? A Burlicue show, huh?
Yeah.
How was it?
Yippee!
Oh, that's good, eh? Well, Zeb, I see you got your basket with you. What's it going to be today?
Well, give me some strong horseradish. We're going to have a wild time tonight.
Here you are, Zeb. Don't know what's going to become of you. First thing you know, you'll be using pepper on your victuals.
Well, you only live once, you know.
Anything else you want, Zeb?
Let me see. My wife is washing today, and she wants me to get some soap.
Here you are. How about some starch?
What?
Starch.
I don't get that.
Starch. What's in your shirt?
My brother, he borrowed it yesterday.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Goodbye, Jay.
Goodbye, Brother Crawford.
Shut up. That's my line. My line. Hello, Mrs. Smalls.
Good morning, Mary.
What would you like today?
I want to buy a duck.
That's on another program.
Oh, of course. Well, just give me some caviar.
Gee, we have no caviar. Why don't you make it yourself, you dope?
How do you make it?
A pound of barley and some stove polish.
All right.
Anything else?
Let me see.
Something that I forget what it is.
Yeah, make it.
A pound of barley and some stove polish.
All right.
Anything else?
Let me see. I want something, but I forget what it is. It starts with Q.
Cucumbers?
That's it.
Here you are.
Wait a minute. There are warts on those cucumbers.
Oh, that's all right. They're not contagious.
Yeah. How do you do, Mrs. Schmaltz? How were those dog biscuits I sold you last week?
They gave me indigestion.
Good thing you didn't give it to the dog. Hey, here comes Zeke Bester. Hello, Zeke.
Hello, Jay.
Listen closely, folks. It's Don Bester doing a rube again. How you feeling, Zeke?
I'm Zeke and tired.
Is he wasting his time? I'll bet Chick Sales is worried. Well, Zeke, how's crop?
I made a 7-Eleven last night.
That's crap.
Well, there's money in crops.
Who's that, Mary? Oh, Heifetz. Well. What are you doing here?
I am making another concert tour.
Mary, throw him a herring.
Thank you.
Mary, here comes Mrs. Van Twitter. You better wait on her.
How'd you do? Hello, Toots. What do you want? I want a dozen tomatoes.
We have no tomatoes, but we have some lovely potatoes.
How about some bananas?
Never mind. I'll have a pound of nice, fresh peas.
Yes, ma'am. Will you take them with you?
No. Just roll them over to 315 Park Avenue.
Roll them over, Mary.
Roll over yourself, Jack.
Yeah.
Hello. Come se va questa sera? Se va bene. That's good.
Well, there, Squire Pasquale.
I want to get some spaghetti.
Yes, sir. How much spaghetti you want?
No, I think about 2 miles.
2 miles of spaghetti?
Yes, how much is it going to cost?
Well, it's 15 cents for the first quarter of a mile, 5 cents for each additional quarter. Anything else?
Well, now let me see. Oh, yes, I want some opera coats.
Opera coats? You'll have to go to a tailor.
No, opera coats. Disappointed peaches.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean apricot.
That's what I told you, opera coats. You don't speak good English, boss?
Hey, who don't speak English? Sure I speak. What else do you want?
I want some chocolate eclipse.
Chocolate eclipse? You mean a chocolate eclair?
Likewise.
All right, what else do you want?
You got some Italian roses?
Italian roses are sure. Mary, push up some garlic.
Some a joke, boss? Coming right off.
Sure. Want to take him along?
No, send him to my house.
All right, Mr. Pasquale, what's your first name?
Angelo.
Angelo's the new extra rich flavor taster, twice as good as ever before.
Play, Don. What's the matter with you? Start of the music there. Oh, sola mia. Oh, sola you.
That was Don Bester and his orchestra playing 10 yards to go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Curtis Mitchell, editor of Radio Stars magazine, who has a few words to say. Mr. Mitchell.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here tonight on behalf of the readers of Radio Stars magazine to thank Jack Benny for a decision he made 2 years ago. At that time, if you remember, although comedy was comparatively new to the air, many of the stage's funny men had already been lured to the microphone. Jack Benny in those days was reluctant to go on the air. If he failed to please, he stood to lose much of that prestige he had built for himself by years of painstaking performances before visible audiences. It was one of those perplexing crossroads to which many of us come. Jack Benny took the one marked radio, and that is the decision for which I want to thank him tonight. Once each month, Radio Stars magazine is privileged to call public attention to outstanding radio programs and performers. We do it by means of a medal called the Radio Stars Award for Distinguished Service. This medal has never before been awarded to a comedian, but the listeners of America, who are the readers of my magazine and, in the last analysis, my bosses, have directed that this month we draw attention to the finest show of its sort on the air. So, to you, Mr. Benny, and to your able fellow fun makers, Mary Livingston, Frank Parker, Don Bester, and Don Wilson, and Harry Kahn, your writer, we say thanks. And we present you now with Radio Stars magazine's award for distinguished service to radio. Good luck and good fun always.
I want to tell you how much we all appreciate this honor, Mr. Mitchell. And I want to thank you personally on behalf of Mary Livingston, Frank Parker, Don Bester, Don Wilson, and Harry W. Kahn, my author, who have lent their splendid cooperation to all our programs. Thank you again, Mr. Mitchell.
Ago, I told you about Jell-O's new extra-rich flavor. Now I'm going to tell you how to prove that finer flavor. Prove it 3 different ways. First, open a package of Jell-O and...
Well, this finishes our second program for Jell-O, and we'll be with you again next Sunday night.
Jack, you better give me that medal. You know how you lose everything.
Oh, there goes the medal. Come on, Mary, let's go. I'll buy you a soda.
I'm sorry, Jack. I've got a date.
With whom? Good night, folks. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company. Two of his intimate friends say something until his arrival. They're all here waiting to greet him. First, we'll have a few words from his butcher.
Hello, people. I have been Mr. Benny's butcher for 10 years. He is a nice fellow to meet. He is as tender as a lamb and a clean liver. All kidneys aside, I thank you.
And now his lawyer.
I have known Mr. Benny for 9 years. I've had him acquitted 16 different times, showing he is upright and honest. I thank you.
And here is his landlady.
Sure, and Jack Benny's had a room in the house for the past 6 years. I've lost over 100 bath towels, but I don't think it's him. He's a good tenant and has already paid his rent for last July.
And now his doctor.
I am Jack Benny's physician. I have taken out his appendix, tonsils, and adenoids, and that's about all you can get out of him.
I'm Jack Benny's barber. I'm his barber. I've shaved Mr. Benny 250 times and never cut him once. It's my own fault.
I'm Jack Benny's tailor. He brought a suit for me on time, and then his watch stopped. I'll be right home, Ma.
I'm Jack Benny's chauffeur, but as he doesn't own a car, I ain't got nothing to do.
I'm Mary Livingston, Jack Benny's girlfriend. And if all the ice cream sodas he bought me were laid end to end, there would be one.
I'm Jack
Benny.
Well,
I'm Jack Benny's partner, and
Wait a minute. I'm Jack Benny.
Here's Jack himself.
For he's a jello good fellow, for he's a jello good fellow, for he's a jello good fellow with 6 delicious flavors.
Well, this is really an honor, folks, finding all my pals and creditors here. However, if you'll clear out of the studio, I'll mail you my personal check in the morning.
Yeah, that's what we're afraid of.
That's good. Hello, Wilson. Glad to see you.
Oh, glad to see you, Jack. How's everything down in Washington?
John, you should see Washington right now. There was a bankers' convention going on there. About 6,000 bankers from all over the United States representing billions.
Yes, sir, money was as loose as the Rock of Gibraltar.
Oh, you don't say.
Yes, sir, and just think, Don, with all those bankers there, I still couldn't cash a check for $25.
Well, Jack, you are well known in Washington. Say, what's the idea of the convention?
Well, Don, they're trying to make it easier to borrow money from banks, and it should be made easier. I don't want to be running to you and Parker for $10 every few minutes, you know?
Yeah, that's no thrill to us either.
You know, I'll show you what I mean, Don. Look it. Take a hitchhiker, for example. He has no money, so he stands on a corner and thumbs to the right until someone gives him a lift. Of course, he doesn't always get a lift, and some people even thumb back at him.
Well, get to the point, Jack.
But if this hitchhiker can go to a bank and borrow money, he won't have to stand on corners. He can buy a ticket, and business is stimulated.
Yes, but, Jack, how will the bank get the money back from the hitchhiker?
That's the only thing they're worried about.
I see. Well, tell me, Jack, are they nice fellows, these bankers?
Yes, John, but they're very careful. You know, when they get a coat room check, they look on the back for an endorsement. You know, when they order a glass of milk, they want it certified. Oh, they're very careful, I mean.
Hello, Jack. Glad to see you back. Where were you?
In Washington, Mary. We were just talking about the bankers' convention down there.
I'll bet it was cute.
Yes, it was cute.
You know, Jack, I don't think money is safe any place anymore.
Why, Mary, there's nothing to worry about these days.
That's what you think. I had money in the bank 5 years ago, and there was a run on the bank.
Why don't you keep your money in your stocking?
What good is that? There's a run in that, too.
Oh, so you do keep money in your stocking. Does it draw interest?
No, I wear a long fur coat.
Oh. That's the idea, Mary. Save your money. Have you got any laid away for a rainy day?
I haven't even got enough for a drizzle.
Well, look at me. I can't even face a cloud.
Oh, hello. Hello, Parker. Say, you know, Frank, I'll bet Don Besser has got more money than all of us. Hey, Don, have you got anything put away for a rainy day?
Yes, an umbrella.
Well, Don, where did you get that old joke?
Your vaudeville act.
Is that so?
He's cute, too.
And speaking of Jell-O, there is something for a rainy day or any other day.
Wilson, who's speaking about Jell-O?
Why, everybody, and it tastes twice as good as ever before.
Play, Don. Everything happens to me.
Oh, Jack, you forgot to ask Wilson if he saved anything for a rainy day.
That guy, he stood off 2 tidal waves already. That was Don Besser and the boys playing a medley of popular songs. And now, tonight, folks, we are continuing our policy of giving you a new guest star each week. Remember, we have already given you the famous Chicken Sisters, and last week, that great violinist, Mr. Fett. So tonight, we are fetching you another outstanding personality, and we will interview the Women's Open Golf Champion. I forgot to tell you, of Upper Staten Island.
Yes, that's right, Upper Staten Island.
Miss Masha Nibley.
Thank you.
Now, before we go any further, Miss Nibley, you are the Open Champion, aren't you?
Oh, of course I am.
I'm going to have trouble already. Now, tell us, Masha, what was your latest victory?
I came in third in the Saratoga Open Tournament.
You came in third. That was very good. Who came in first?
Cavalcade.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I played it myself.
Jack, doesn't she look awful for a champion? Oh, yeah? If you were in the rough as much as I was, you'd look bad, too.
Mary, quiet, please. Now, Miss Niblick, tell the folks, what was the longest drive you ever made?
375 yards.
That's quite a nice drive.
Not when you have to walk fast.
Well, yes, there is a lot of exercise in golf. Now, tell me, how are you on the green?
Very short. That's why I'm up here tonight.
Well, we didn't say for a rainy day either. But say, that's a lovely bag and a nice set of clubs you're carrying there. Is this your driver?
Yes, sir.
And this is your brassy?
No, that's my head.
Well, it certainly fooled me. But it would make a nice brassy. Let's see, you carry 12 clubs, a putter, a spoon, and a knife. What's that knife doing in your bag?
I use it for slicing.
Oh, I have the same trouble, too, yes. Now, tell me something about your shots. Are all your shots straight?
No, I mix some of them with ginger ale.
That gives me a thought. Your next line, Mr. Niblick. Go right ahead.
Oh, yes, pardon me. Well, I wish you'd hurry up. I have a match for the Westchester Open.
Well, before leaving, may I see the scorecard for your last match, Miss Niblick?
certainly. There you are.
You played the first 4 holes very well. See, 3, 4, 4, 3.
That's my phone number. There's the score over there.
Oh, pardon me. Very nice. I see you got a birdie 12 on the 6th hole.
Oh, that's nothing. I made a hole-in-one on the 13th.
A hole-in-one. So you got a 7 marked down here.
Well, I missed the first 6 off the tee.
I wish you'd have missed this program.
I would if it was on the fairway.
Oh. Well, Miss Niblick, I think your little interview has done much to help our game. Would you mind showing us a few shots before leaving?
Well, this is a small place, but I have a few trick shots if you care for those.
Oh, that'll be fine.
My first trick will be hitting the ball off of a watch. May I borrow your watch, Mr. Benny?
Yes, here you are.
I place your watch on the floor and the golf ball on the watch.
Hey, wait a minute. Here, that's my watch. Are you sure you can do this trick? Huh?
I never miss.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, pardon me. Play's on.
Mary, introduce Frank's song, will you? I'm sick.
All right, Jack. And now Frank Parker, who still has his watch, will sing It Was Sweet of You.
Thanks, Mary. It was sweet of you.
You're welcome, Frank. It was sweet of you to say it was sweet of me.
Well, I think it's darn sweet of you to think of it.
For heaven's sake, sing. Sweet of you, sweet of me.
As long as you're healthy.
Yeah. Very good. Frank Parker singing Sweet of You as he sings it in the motion picture Transatlantic Merry-Go-Round. And now to starting our dramatic season with a large repertoire of plays. For tonight, we have chosen a popular indifference a great English drama of 1845, The Bennies of Wimpole Street. This play, as you know, was a big hit in London and was also played in New York by Miss Catherine Princeton.
Cornell, Jack.
No, Mary, that was at Notre Dame. Mr. Benny, please. This play is also a great screen success starring Norma Shearer and Forward March. I will play the part of Old Man Benny of Wimpole Street, the mean, jealous father. Elizabeth Benny, my daughter, who has been confined to bed for years with an imaginary illness, will be played by Mary Livingston. Frank Parker will play Browning the poet. Don Vester will play Captain Cook. And Don Wilson will advertise Jell-O. That you can be sure of. Don't forget, I play Charles Lawton's part, the mean father, you know. The part of the dog, Flush, will be played by anybody up here that can imitate a dog. And from the looks of the cast, you will hear plenty of barking. As this is a sellout play, folks, grab your seats close to your radios, and we'll go on immediately after the next number. Lay down. You hear me? To a wealthy widow, played by Don Vester and the boys. And now for our dramatic offering, The Bennies of Wimpole Street. The first scene of our little play is Wimpole Street in the year 1845. A nice, quiet neighborhood about 10 minutes from Piccadilly. The scene changes to Elizabeth's room in the house of Rawchild, or Benny, on Wimpole Street. Curtain. Music down.
I want to go back to my little grass shack in Kealakekua, Hawaii. Oh, boy, do I feel rotten. I want to be with all the Connie down when he said I knew long ago. Finey.
Yes, me lady.
Papa won't let me go out of the house. So get me a copy of Browning's poems and a cheese sandwich.
Yes, me lady. Mustard on the sandwich?
Yes, but not on the poems.
Who is that?
Your papa, the master.
All right, Barney. Don't forget, plenty of mustard on the sandwich.
Yes, me lordy.
I want to go back to my little grass shack in the orchard to Hawaii. Flush, Flush, come here, Flush. Give me half of that dog biscuit. I'm starved.
Good morning, my daughter.
Good morning, Papa.
How are you feeling this morning?
A little better, Papa.
Oh, I suppose you'll be wanting to go out now. How do you feel, Flush? That's good. You're too late. Watch your cues. Boy, am I mean tonight, but it's a living. Elizabeth, you have no business being out of bed. You're sick, and I want you to act that way. Get back to bed. Just hear me?
Oh, Papa, I don't want to go to bed.
Then what do you want to do?
I want to go back to my little grass shack in the orchard to Hawaii.
Quiet, quiet.
Oh, all right.
Where's your sister, Maureen?
She's out with a leatherneck.
Oh, Maureen is out with a Marine, eh? Blankety blank, blank, blank.
It was the most enjoyable evening, my dear.
Here they come now, Papa. Here they come now, Papa.
Goodbye, Maureen.
Oh, come in for a while.
No. All right, if you insist.
He's awfully hard to get.
I want Lizzie to see your nice uniform.
What's wrong, my dear?
It's Papa.
He looks more like Boris Karloff to me.
Oh, I do, eh? Come here, Maureen. Come here. Just hear me?
Papa, this is Captain Cook.
Captain Cook, eh? Well, get back to your barracks on Wimpole Street. Isn't that good?
Goodbye, my pet.
Goodbye.
Come here, Maureen. What's this man? Come here, Maureen. What's this man to you?
Oh, just a friend. And a friend in need is a friend indeed.
Oh, he needs everything.
I want you to swear that you will never see him again. Repeat these words. I will never see him again.
I will never see him again.
I never could see him.
How old are you now, Maureen?
45.
45 and running around with men. Go to your room and don't leave there till you're 50. You hear me?
Fine, I can finish my crossword puzzle.
I want to talk to you, Elizabeth.
Gee, it's about time.
Wait till I close the windows and pull down the blinds. There's fresh air sneaking in here.
What's on your mind, Papa?
I hear you are that way about Browning the poet.
What of it?
You've been sick all your life, and now you're going to get verse.
What's the difference as long as I'm healthy?
Well, Elizabeth, I'm going to leave you here to repent. And when you have repented, come to see me.
Where will you be, Papa?
I'll be waiting up in the repent house. You hear me?
Go already, Papa.
Goodbye, Flush.
Woof, woof. I want to go back to my little grass shack in the orchard. Come in. Oh, it's you, Barney.
Yes, me lady. I couldn't get the cheese sandwich, so I just brought the mustard. And oh, me lady, I have a surprise for you.
What is it?
Mr. Browning, the poet, is waiting without.
We'll send her within. Quick, Barney.
Yes, me lady. Mr. Browning, Miss Elizabeth to see you. Come upstairs.
Elizabeth! Elizabeth, what's that noise?
Mice.
Well, tell them to take off their shoes.
Well, here I am. Hello, babe.
Robert, my true love.
Elizabeth, my New Jersey.
Oh, it's so good to see you, my dear. I've been reading your poems, and they made me feel better already.
I have written a new one just for you. In yon meadows, all the mountains, autumn creeks, all lakes and dells.
What's the dell, my love?
I often wonder.
Likewise. And you know, Robert, after reading all your poems, it has inspired me to write one.
Yes? How does it go?
Labor Day. Oh, Labor Day.
How did you know?
I didn't say anything. Tell me, dearest, do you love me?
With all my heart.
And you really like my poems?
I think you're another Edgar Allan Poe.
You said it. For heaven's sake, make me mad already so I can come in.
Ah, my darling, we must be married tonight.
No, Robert. You know Papa will never stand for it.
Then let us elope. I will take you to sunny Italy for your health.
Oh, Italy.
Yes, dearest. We will get away from that old fogey.
Oh, yeah? Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Come here. Come here. You hear me?
Yes, Papa.
What's this man to you?
I love him, Papa. Love him. Love him. You hear me?
After 50 years on Wimpole Street, you're edging away from your father. You must give him up.
Never. Never.
You will give him up. Hey, you, what are you laughing at?
I was just thinking how much better Charles Lawton played the part than you do.
Oh, yeah? What's Charles Lawton got that I haven't got?
Whiskers.
Right. Where were we? Oh, yes. Well, he should be better. He's been in pictures for years.
He's been in where?
Pictures.
What?
Pictures. What hangs on your wall at home?
My other pair of pants. We have no closet.
Get out. Get out of my house. You hear me?
All right, I'll go. Toodaloo to you, Elizabeth. And poo-poo to you, Papa.
Here, Elizabeth. Come here. Are you going to Italy with that stale, broken-down poet?
Italy? Why, I'd even go to the Sahara Desert with him.
And speaking of the desert, you will find that Jell-O is the grandest dessert your family has ever tasted. And you can get it in all six delicious flavors: strawberry, raspberry, orange, lemon, and lime.
What do you want?
Play, Don. Play.
You've been hearing folks say that Jell-O tastes twice as good as ever before. Well, here's how you can prove that new extra-rich flavor for yourself right in your own kitchen. Take a package of raspberry Jell-O, for instance. Open it and sniff the fresh fruit fragrance of those bright, rose-colored crystals. A fragrance that tells you there and then that Jell-O's flavor is extra-rich. Then dissolve the Jell-O in warm water and enjoy that delicious aroma, like fresh, ripe, juicy raspberries. More proof of Jell-O's luscious goodness. Third, and most important of all, taste Jell-O. Dip your spoon into the glowing raspberry red mold. What a treat. It tastes just like the ripe fruit itself. It's as delicious and refreshing as a bowl of rich, ripe raspberries fresh from the berry patch. Only Jell-O gives you this new, twice as good fruit flavor. So look for the box with the big red letters on the front to be sure you get the genuine Jell-O.
Well, folks, this concludes the third program in the new Jell-O series. I hope you all enjoyed our little offerings, the Bennies of Wimpole Street. Of course, if you haven't seen the picture, The Parrots of Wimpole Street, which is playing around the country, I know you'll like that, too. Well, come on, Mary, let's get off Wimpole Street. You hear me?
Yes, Papa. But let's go to 47th Street and get a soda.
Yeah. Good night, folks.
The Selectionista Parade is from As Thousands Cheer. This is the National Broadcasting Company. Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Don Bester and his orchestra. And the orchestra opens the program with Over My Shoulder from Evergreen. And now I present to you Mr. Jack Charles Lawton Benny of Wimpole Street.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. You hear me? Well, folks, I started wearing my winter undies this morning, and am I hot tonight?
Oh, you're always hot, Jack.
But not like tonight, Don.
Now, before the pests come in, you know, the people who annoy me, I want to get in a real good story. I'm in that mood tonight. It's old, but what's the difference? You know, even new stories get old the minute you tell them. Anyway, there was a traveling salesman, a farmer, and the farmer's daughter. Well, one day the daughter...
Say, Jack, that story is too old.
It is?
Why, certainly. The daughter is happily married now and has 5 children.
Well, that's news to me. Well, we don't need her. There was a traveling salesman and a farmer. So one day the farmer and a farmer. So one day the farmer...
But, Jack, that was years ago. The farmer sold his farm and now is a movie star in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah? Say, I wish him all the luck in the world. But I must go ahead with the story. There was a traveling salesman and nobody. So one day nobody came to the farm. I mean the salesman.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Jack. The salesman isn't traveling anymore. He runs a store in his hometown.
I'll tell this story if it kills me. There was a storekeeper, a movie star, and a woman with 5 children.
Now you've got it, Jack. Now you've got it. Go right ahead.
Go ahead with what? Who's interested in a fellow that's too old to travel and a woman with a flock of children?
I am, Jack. Go ahead. Tell it.
Oh, hello, Frank. Listen, Parker, I'm glad you got here. There was a traveling salesman, a farmer, and the farmer's daughter. So the salesman...
That wasn't a salesman, Jack. If I remember right, it was a sailor.
A sailor? Now, what would a sailor be doing at a farmhouse?
Well, how do you know it was a farmhouse? Maybe it was a battleship.
All right, Frank, all right. There was a traveling sailor, a battleship, and the battleship's daughter. Are you satisfied?
Well, I know it wasn't a salesman.
Hey, Parker, what's Jack hollering about?
I don't know. He's nuts.
Nice company I've got. Say, Bester, come here. You're pretty smart for a musician. Now stop me if you've heard this. There was a traveling salesman, a farmer, and the farmer's daughter. So the, Oh, have you heard it?
Heard it. I was the farmer.
You were? Well, don't you remember me? I was a traveling salesman. Who's that?
The farmer's daughter.
Mary. Well, here we are together again. Mary. Listen, Mary, do you think that joke is too old about the traveling salesman and the farmer?
Nothing gets old, Jack. I've been watching the Captain Jammer kids for the past 20 years, and they haven't aged a bit.
She's right, Jack. Nothing gets old. Why, look at the Statue of Liberty. She's been standing in the harbor for 50 years, and her face doesn't show it.
Clean living, Don. That's what does it, you know? And look at the Brooklyn Bridge. 65 years old, not a gray hair on it. You know?
That's right, Jack. And look at King Tut. He's been lying in a tomb for 3,000 years and looks better than you do.
Oh, yeah?
Well, if Jack had taken that for a couple of thousand years, he'd look good, too.
You're right, Frank. Nothing becomes antiquated.
What's antiquated, Jack?
I don't know. I just read these lines. I don't write them, you know.
Can I play too, Jack?
Sure, go ahead, Bester.
Well, look at old Mother Hubbard. She hasn't changed much.
Say, I think she has something in her cupboard besides bones. Don't you, Wilson?
Sure she did. She had Jell-O in all 6 delicious flavors, and it tastes twice as good as ever before.
Oh, raspberry.
Yes, and strawberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime.
You said a mouthful. Play, Don. This program is just like a dinner. We always end up with Jell-O. That was I Saw Stars, played by Don Best. By the way, Don, I'm in his orchestra. By the way, Don, I see where you and the boys are playing at the Stanley Theater in Pittsburgh this week. How are you doing?
Oh, fine, Jack. We're doing well. And incidentally, I saw your picture, Transylvania Merry-Go-Round.
How'd you know it was my picture?
I saw Nancy Carroll's name in lights.
Oh, yes. Yes, that was my picture, all right. But tell me, Don, how did you like me in it?
Very cute.
Cute. That's what I was afraid of. Huh?
Oh, I saw your picture too, Jack, and I thought you looked swell in that blonde wig.
Blonde wig?
Yeah, didn't you wear a blonde wig?
That was Gene Raymond.
Oh. No wonder you look so good.
Mary, never mind how I look. The main thing is, how did you like my acting?
I never noticed it.
Look at Mary, that scene where I'm in love with a girl and I have to give her up because she loves somebody else. Why, it was heartrending.
You said it.
I saw it, Jack. I thought it was great, but of course you couldn't expect to win the girl against a fellow like Gene Raymond.
Is that so? Jack's lost better girls than Gene Raymond will ever get.
Thanks, Mary, thanks. Well, anyway, folks, going back from the screen to the air, this evening we are bringing you another great artist in our series of guest stars. Tonight we have a real surprise for you, a real thrill for you lovers of the opera. And who doesn't love opera? Ah, when we think back to the days when we had stars like Nellie Melba, Lucia di Lammermoor, and Lil Salvatore. Ah, what singers they were. It just makes us wish we were young again. Well, tonight we have secured for this program, Eddie Cantor turned her down. Phil Baker didn't want her. Will they be sorry? We have secured that great Colorado soprano, Miss Gally Kirchu.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Madame Kirchu in person. Ah, Madame Kirchu, say hello to the folks.
Hello, hello, hello.
Never mind the chorus. I can tell by just those few notes that you're a genius. Madame Kirchu, I think you are without a doubt the outstanding singer of the day.
Yes, that's the trouble. I'm outstanding, but Lily Pons is inside sitting.
Well, I wouldn't let that worry you. What's Lily Pons got that you haven't got? Of course, that can be acquired. Now, tell us, madam, when did you first discover that you were a singer?
When I tried to dance.
I see.
Frank Parker has the same trouble.
Mary, quiet. Mary, that's Madame Gally Kirchu.
I like Toots Rizzini better.
Never mind her, madam, never mind. But tell me, I suppose it's pretty, you find... That was cute, Mary. But tell me, I suppose it's pretty hard work becoming an opera singer.
No, you just open your mouth and let it go.
You must have studied on an ocean liner. Now, how about entertaining us? How about entertaining us with a number or two? I know we'd all be thrilled. Have you brought any selections with you?
Yes, here's the racing form and the Morning Telegraph.
That about covers everything, huh?
Well, what would you like to hear?
I don't care. We'd appreciate anything at all. Are you familiar with Madame Butterfly?
No, but I'm a great friend of Charlie Butterworth.
Is that so? Well, what's Butterworth now?
About 40 cents a pound.
Mary, keep that joke for our grocery store, will you? Pardon this interruption, madam, but sing anything at all. I'm sure we'll all be delighted.
Well, what would you like? Would you care for La Boheme or La Paloma?
Well, I mentioned cigars on the Jell-O program, you know. You have quite a large repertoire, haven't you?
What's the difference as long as she's healthy?
Don't get personal.
Now, Mary, professional courtesy. Well, madam, sing anything at all. Anything at all.
How about Angela Mia?
Oh, that'll be fine. Angela Mia. Now, before you start, madam, what is your range?
Gas.
Oh, I see. You're a gas star, huh? But what I mean is, what notes do you reach? Here, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let me have that sheet of music, Don. Madam, can you reach this note here?
Yes, if it stops walking.
Don, see that those B-flat notes stop moving around. Go ahead, madam. Angela Mia. Oh, by the way, I'll have Don Paderewski accompany you on the piano.
Oh, is that Paderewski?
Yes, if you're Gally Kirchu, yes.
And who are you?
Will Rogers. Go ahead, Don. Give her an introduction. This ought to be very good, I think.
Angela Mia, you are my angel dear. The heavens sent you down to me from up above.
Angelo for me, and some for you, too.
That puts up on Jell-O. Play, Don, play.
Well, why didn't you let me finish the song?
That's all we wanted, madam. Now run along to the opera house and play.
I'll never come to this jump again.
That's the idea, yes.
Oh, Madame Couture, may I have your autograph?
Yes, certainly.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Senor Tito Rufo Parker will make amends by singing The Moon Was Yellow.
Do you want my autograph, Jack?
No, just a cigarette, Frank. That's all. That was Frank Parker singing The Moon Was Yellow. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I tell you that tonight, the beautiful Hawaiian Islands have been added to our list of stations. And for the first time, this program reaches that faraway group of islands in the Pacific. I am sure that you would like to know something about this romantic and industrious place. On some of our past programs in a former series of broadcasts, we have taken you, by means of a travelogue film, through England, France, Ireland, China, and India. And tonight, to mark this very special occasion, we are going to take you on a trip through the Hawaiian Islands, where they love Americans, but pick on you. Mary, has the picture operator arrived yet?
Yes, she's here, Jack.
Well, have him get the reel ready. Reel of film. This little trip will go on immediately after the next number, played by Don Bester and his Connecticut Hawaiians. Pack your bags, folks, and get ready for the trip. Don, will you play something to get us in the proper mood?
Wiki Waki Molokaya Moo.
He said yes, folks. Play, Don. Don Besser and the boys playing You Gotta Give Credit to Love. That was very good, Don. Fine Hawaiian music. And now, folks, the Laurel and Hardy comedy has just finished, so we will now run our travelogue, which we call Through Romantic Hawaii. The Hawaiis, as you know, are a little group of islands in the Pacific Ocean, about 2 inches from Hollywood on a small map, or 2,000 miles if you really mean business. There are 8 of these islands in the group, 5 of which are inhabited, and in order of importance, they are named Hawaii, How Have You Been, How's the Missus, How's Trick, and one more. What's the 5th one, Mary?
Likewise.
Likewise, that's right. In this group, Hawaii stands out like the hips on your Aunt Emma. And now for our travelogue. Lights out, quiet, please. A little atmospheric music, Don. Don, that was our grocery store music. This is for Hawaii.
Jack, there are grocery stores in Hawaii, too.
I don't care. I want Hawaiian music.
All right, Jack, don't cry.
All right. That's it. Start the film, Charlie. And here is the picture. As our boat steams into the beautiful harbor, we already sense the magic of these enchanting isles under a glamorous tropical moon. And what a brilliant moon it is, turning night into day. Parker can have his yellow moon. Morton Downey can have his Carolina moon. But give me the Hawaiian moon. How about you, Wilson?
I'll have scotch and soda.
We follow the white line and find ourselves entering the picturesque harbor of Honolulu, where we discover the natives already assembled to greet us. Fine. All right, don't overdo it, natives. In a jiffy, we are down the gangplank, and here we are in Honolulu. It is Lulu's birthday, so we arrive just in time to Honolulu. We're sorry we told this joke and ducked merrily down the main street of this romantic city to see the sights. And at this moment, from where we are standing, we can see several mountain peaks.
What kind of dogs are those, Jack?
We are told that the chief industries of Honolulu are romance and pineapples. But as there are very few pineapples being thrown these days, romance predominates. Ah, sweet romance. Love is in the air. And here comes a maiden fair with teeth like pearls and jet black hair. Hello, babe.
Anne.
This maiden fooled us, so we merrily wend our way hither and thither. And daylight time finds us lost. So we stop a native boy and address him as follows. We are lost, sir. Can you tell us the way to Waikiki?
Yakahula Hickey Doodle Wiki Wiki.
We are still lost. And evening finds us wending our way.
Very quiet. Young man, are you a native here?
Yes, sir.
Well, we've lost our way. Can you direct us to Waikiki?
No, sir.
Well, do you know where the Royal Hawaiian Hotel is?
I don't know.
He looks like Frank Parker to me.
Mary. Well, young man, can you tell me what street this is?
I don't know.
You don't know anything, do you?
No, but I'm not lost.
What a sap you are.
A what?
Sap.
I don't understand.
Sap, what comes out of trees?
Monkeys like you.
We knock over a native tenor and hastily depart, still following the white line, and morning finds us in Malakamokalu. We look at our scripts and find ourselves hungry. So we stop at a little restaurant called the Presto Lunch, run by a native, Mr. Wikikula Slapapopoulos. We enter this romantic eating place and order some of their native food, which consists chiefly of fish and poi. Hey, waiter.
Coming right up. What do you like to eat?
Give us 2 orders of fish and poi.
What kind? We got apple poi, peach poi, and strawberry poi.
Have you got any children?
Yes, 1 poi.
Just to bring me a ham sandwich.
And you, lady?
I'll have some Jell-O.
Thanks, Mary.
You're welcome, Don.
Even in Hawaii, you can't get away from Wilson. We finish our dinner. All right. And again follow the white line from Molakamokalu to Vutitirveabu, a fascinating little hamlet only a few miles distant.
We are told that the chief industry here is hula dancing, and we arrive in time to see some of the natives at work. These little girls are doing their dance in a costume made of hay. There's a hungry horse approaching one of the girls, and she will soon be doing a fan dance. Shall we stop and talk to one of these fair maidens?
Yes, we shall, just as we rehearsed it.
Quiet, Mary. Oh, miss, come here. Come here. Hear me?
What do you want? Oh, boy, are we short of Hawaiians.
Tell me, young lady, is that your native dance, the hula?
Yes, sir.
Why do you vibrate so while dancing?
It's time for my medicine, and the doctor told me to shake well before using.
We shake the girls, once more following the white line, and high evening finds us on the beach at Waikiki, where we should have been in the first place.
And we haven't met a Hawaiian yet.
Waikiki is the very famous resort that you hear so much about, and it is truly one of the beauty spots of the world. What are you laughing at?
Oh, boy, are you a Burton Holmes?
We ignore this jealous person and follow the white line to the water's edge where we decide to go in bathing.
Can I take a dip, too, Jack?
Yes, you dope.
Dip's dope, as long as I can swim.
Ah, what keen sport, bathing and splashing in the blue waters of Waikiki. While we are indulging in this little diversion, we at last run into a real Hawaiian, who is also dunking himself in the ocean. Hello there.
Howdy there, stranger.
Wait a minute. Are you a Hawaiian?
That?
Are you a Hawaiian?
What else?
Go on, you're not a Hawaiian, I know you.
Sure, my name is Slapperman.
Certainly, Slapperman. Mary, look who's here.
Hello, Slap.
Tell me, Slapperman, what are you doing in Hawaii?
What do you mean, Hawaii? This is Coney Island.
Coney Island?
You're damn tootin'.
Well, listen, what are those hula dancers doing here?
What hula dancers? That's Minsky Show. They're playing on the boardwalk.
Mary, we have the wrong film. This is Coney Island.
You're telling me a herring just bit me.
So we return to our steamer and again follow the white line. As we sail up the beautiful East River, leaving Waikiki, or Coney Island, we hear in the distance the natives singing their fond farewell.
It's made in 6 delicious flavors.
Mary, after this, get me the right travelogue, and we sincerely apologize to Hawaii. Play, Don.
The moment you open a package of Jell-O and smell that delectable fresh fruit fragrance, you know that Jell-O's flavor is extra rich. And when you dissolve those delicate crystals in warm water and sniff again that enticing fruit aroma like a fragrance wafted from a fruit orchard, you have more proof of Jell-O's new extra rich goodness. And when you pour your Jell-O into a mold and chill it to beautiful shimmering firmness, when you dip in your spoon and take your first taste, then you know for sure that Jell-O tastes twice as good. Crystal clear, colors as gay as the rainbow, and flavors as delightful as the rich, fresh fruit itself. All 6 kinds of Jell-O are extra rich, crammed with fruit flavors. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. Look for the big red letters on the box. They tell you here's a dessert your family will go for in a great big way.
our fourth program in the new Jell-O series. And even though we gave you the wrong travelogue tonight, I hope you were entertained.
Oh, Jack.
What, Mary?
I just found the Hawaiian travelogue. It was lying on the piano.
Too late now, Mary. Good night, folks.
The selection you're devastating is from the production Roberta. This is the National Broadcasting Company. Program starring Jack Benny with Don Besser and his orchestra. The orchestra opens the program with OK Toots from the picture Kid Million.
Sightseeing bus leaves 42nd Street, Great White Way of the nation. We turn south at Fifth Avenue to approach the most celebrated library in the world, the New York Public Library, famous from coast to coast for the two stone lions which guard its portals. On our right, the famous stone lions, which for centuries...
The lion's moving. He's walking. He's running. One of the stone lions is running away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the sight of the century. A stone lion is going down Fifth Avenue.
Oh, stop him. Oh, please, stop him. Oh.
You can't stop me, lady. I'm going after some Jell-O. You know the new Jell-O now tastes twice as good as ever before.
Yes, sir. Who wouldn't run after the new Jell-O? Taste it yourself and you'll be crazy about that richer, full-bodied fruit flavor, a flavor as refreshing as the juicy ripe fruit itself. That extra rich goodness is put into Jell-O by a brand new exclusive process. A process which actually blends the fruit flavor into the tiny crystals, holds it there for you to enjoy. Try the new Jell-O and discover for yourself that it now tastes twice as good as ever before. And remember, only Jell-O gives you this new extra rich flavor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as it is impossible for me to offer you a cigar, cigarette, or a drink, I can still offer you Jack Benny.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. H-E-L-L-O. This is Jack Benny, your local correspondent, coming to you with the late news reports from all over the world. Sees all, knows all, but still bets on the wrong horse. Mary, bring me those hot items.
Okay, boss.
Here they are. First, local news. New York, New York. New streamlined train arrives here from California in 56 hours, breaking all records. New Yorkers now wearing streamlined underwear to get to work faster. Hey, first one got a laugh. Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo, American baseball players, including Babe Ruth, arrive here and play Japanese teams. The battery for Japan was Dizzy Osaki and Daffy Matsuyama. In left field was Hacky Wilson, and on second tacky was Frankie Fricky. All good Japs. In the opening game, Ruth made a homer, and Japs named a town after him. It is called Yoka Homer. Isn't that clever? New Orleans, Louisiana. Senator Huey Long organizes football teams. He says he doesn't care how good they play as long as they protect his right eye at banquets. New York City, November 9th. Don Besser, famous orchestra leader, holds winning ticket on Irish sweepstakes and leaves for Ireland in the morning. November 10th. Besser finds out it's a cigar coupon and cancels his trip to Ireland. Dublin, Ireland, November 5th. Frank Parker, tenor singer, arrives here to live in Irish Free State.
November 6th. Parker finds out it's not free and returns to America.
Say something, Frank.
It's a lie.
November 11th. Parker denies statement and will hear from me immediately after this program.
Says you.
Says me. Election news. Sacramento, California.
What's Jack swearing about?
That's the name of a town in California.
Sacramento. Merriam, re-elected governor of California. Hooray for Merriam.
Is that Miriam Hopkins?
No.
I was just going to send her a wire.
Now for our sporting section. Los Angeles, California. Fight news. Max Baer is here training for 5 reel picture. When interviewed, said he is in shape for 4 reels, and if he outpoints Myrna Loy, will be ready to meet Garbo.
New York, more fight news. Jack Dempsey, champion of champions, is in training here to open restaurant. He is in great shape, feeling fine, and raring to cook. What other program gives you this hot fight news?
Not even this program.
Quiet. More football news. Scores of yesterday's game. Colgate 20, Tulane 6. Leland Stanford 24, Shirley Temple 5. AT&T 110, General Electric 19. Liberty 1776.
Jello 6.
6 what?
Delicious flavor.
What a game. More football news. Again. Joe gets it. Sing Sing wins again. Jones, halfback, runs 60 yards for touchdown. Said if he had run that fast on another occasion, he wouldn't be with his present team. Some more in Hollywood. Occasion, he wouldn't be with his present team. Some more news. Hot from Hollywood.
And cold from laying here.
Hollywood, California. It is rumored that Joan Crawford is that.
No.
Yes, it is also rumored that Gloria Swanson will not that.
No.
Yes, and our Hollywood correspondent tells us that Kay Francis was seen
Well, Jack, what are you talking about? Nobody can understand you.
Well, that's the idea. If nobody can understand me, nobody can sue me. Play, Don. I know what I'm doing. Keep Warm All Winter, played by Don Besser and his Jellonians. Say, Don, every time I introduce one of your numbers, I always give your orchestra another name. I mean, what do you call your boys, anyway?
What do you mean, Jack?
Well, for instance, there's Waring's Pennsylvanians, Lombardo's Royal Canadians, Lyman's Californians. Haven't you got a name for your orchestra?
No, Jack, I've been trying to get a name, but you see, one of my boys, that fellow with the mustache over there, comes from London. Yeah. And that first violinist with the beard, well, he comes from Russia.
Oh, the fellow with the beard. What's his name?
George Bernard Ginsberg.
There is a resemblance, yes.
And then that cornet player with the Van Dyke comes from Belgium, and that fellow playing the French horn comes from Paris.
Oh, you mean the fellow with the goatee?
Yes.
We have a goatee down at our house without any nose.
How does it smell?
What's the difference as long as he's healthy?
Mary, please. What's his name, Don, the fellow with the goatee?
Isidore Chevalier.
Isidore Chevalier. I bet somewhere hidden in this orchestra is Yasha Bunchuk O'Toole. I know.
Well, anyway, Jack, I don't know what to call my orchestra.
Why don't you give them a shave and call them Bester's Disgusted Yankees?
Thanks, Jack, but I'll leave well enough alone.
And now that we have named Bester's Orchestra, we will continue with our policy of bringing you another outstanding artist. We intended to have the four Marx Brothers here tonight. Groucho, Chico, Harpo, and, what's the fourth one?
Jello.
Yes. But that was Wilson, folks. There was no doubt about that. But the Marx Brothers were unable to get here. And here's a wire I just received from Harpo. It says, Dear Jack. And he further states... So you see for yourselves, folks, they meant well. But we are not unprepared, for we have with us this evening that great Shakespearean actor. A man who, if all the applause he has received in his day were put end to end, you could still hear a pin drop. I now take extreme pleasure in presenting the outstanding exponent of Shakespearean acting, Mr. J. Barrett Wimpole. Say something, Mr. Wimpole.
Say something? Of course I shall say something. Dost thou think I am an acrobat?
I don't know, but we'll soon find out.
Unlike thee, I am a tragedian, a student of Shakespeare, and a renowned thespian.
Mary, what's a thespian?
A fellow that rides a horse. Don't bother me.
Oh. Now, tell me, Hamlet, what's the last thing you played in?
10 Nights in a Barroom.
10 Nights in a Barroom. That's a pretty long run these days. Do you know Shakespeare's Merry Wives of Windsor?
I am an actor, not a gigolo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why, I've played in every Hamlet from Maine to California. I have played Richard III, Henry VIII, and Louis XIV.
All one-night stands. Well, I was an actor, too. See, I played New Haven the 6th, Hartford the 7th, and Bridgeport the 8th. Isn't that good?
I think you're the tragedian.
Is that so?
Thou kiddest me.
Well, Jack, look how mangy his fur coat is.
Mangy? When thou art as old as this coat, thou wilt also be mangy.
Lay down, Macduff.
Tell me, Macbeth, that coat that thou wearest, is it fur minketh?
Nay, skunketh.
Well, it looketh. Evidently thou art much in need of money.
Yea, and verily. Hast thou any?
Nay, and positively.
Say, mister, what does yea and verily mean?
What's the difference as long as thou art healthy? As long as thou art healthy.
That's your own joke. That one's a joke. That one's a joke. That one's a joke. That one's a joke.
Well, Groucho, our time is limited. Would you mind giving us a sample of it?
Gladly. Oh, what is thy pleasure?
Or anything at all. Something in the manner of John Barrymore.
Barrymore. He's of Richard Mansfield, Joseph Jefferson, and...
Popeye the Sailor.
Yes. What has Barrymore got that I haven't got?
A haircut. I got that one in.
That's very good, too. Go ahead.
I will play Montague in a scene from Romeo and Juliet. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Romeo, those are Juliet's lines. She said that.
Pardon me, but I've been laying off so long I forgot who said it.
Well, all right, then play the part of Romeo.
I shall. Juliet, I am here beneath thy balcony. Dost thou not see me? Dost thou not see me?
Plenty of dust to see you. Go ahead.
Juliet, thou art more beautiful than ever. Do you hear me?
Hey,
thine eyes are like canters. Thy nose is like Durantes. Thine ears are like tenors.
And her teeth are like pearls. That about covers all of radio, I think, huh? You can go now.
Well, I'll go, but I shall return. Mark me, and mark me well.
I will. And now Frank Park, Anthony, our Shakespearean tenor, will sing Water Under the Bridge.
Oh, wait a minute, Jack. Can I say just a word about Jell-O?
Not right now, Don.
Oh, I just want to mention the 6 delicious flavors.
No, after Frank's song. Not right now.
Well, can't I just say that its fresh fruit flavor is twice as good as ever before?
Be careful, Don. I'll have to mark you and mark you well. Sing, Frank. Lovely tonight. That was Frank Parker singing Water Under the Bridge. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction.
Jack.
What?
Here's the first fan letter we've received on the Jell-O series.
5 weeks and fan mail already, eh? Well, let's see. How are we doing? Open it, Mary.
It's from Yokohama.
Yokohama? Well, I didn't know our program reaches all the way out there. Let's see it. That's Oklahoma, Mary. Give it to me. It's from a lady. She says, Dear Jack Benny and the 6 delicious flavors.
She means raspberry, strawberry, cherry, orange...
No, Don. She means Parker, Wilson, Besser, Livingston, and Benny. Anyway, it says, Dear Jack Benny, I have been listening to your new series of broadcasts and also received the photograph of you last week. After looking at your picture, I think you could easily play the part of Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan? Well, he's a Chinaman, isn't he, Mary?
She knows it.
So I will be listening in next Sunday night and hope you will not disappoint me. What a silly request, me play a Chinaman.
You can do it, Jack.
Why, you don't even need a makeup.
My pals, huh? All right, I will play the part of a Chinaman to show you I can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, immediately after the next number, we will present to you the outstanding mystery of the season, which we will call Charlie Can in Radio City. Lay down. That was Chinatown, My Chinatown, played by Don Besser and his Chow Maniac. And now for our studio murder mystery, or Charlie Can in Radio City. On with the play. Curtain. Music gone.
Gee, how gloomy the studio looks tonight.
I'm afraid something's going to happen.
What strange characters in the studio. Give me the creeps.
I'm going to get out of here. Turn on those lights.
Mary, there's nothing to worry about. Now be calm. What was that?
Someone has been shot in the studio between the microphone and Besser's orchestra.
What a place to be shot.
Good heavens, it's Don Wilson.
Don Wilson, that's too bad. Gee, he was a swell fella.
And how we could do the karaoke. Hot, cha, cha, cha.
Nobody leaves their studio.
Larry, call up Charlie Can. He's the only one who can solve this mystery.
Okay, I'll call him at once. Operator, give me Yaka Main, Toy Gao Fui. Hello? Was you there, Charlie? Charlie, a man has been murdered in our studio. Come right over, quickly. He got here quick. Who is it?
Charlie Can, the parasol man.
Come in.
Excuse, please, for me to bring humble body in your studio.
Put your feet on that and don't dirty the joint.
Excuse, please, to ask what happened here tonight.
Our announcer was shot and we want justice.
Begging thousand pardons, you get just as good announcer anyplace. As my honorable ancestor would say, dead men tell no tales and gather no more.
Stick to detective work, Charlie, and solve this mystery.
All right, nobody leaves. Park honorable bodies and chairs. See vous play.
This is an outrage.
No, this mystery. Begging thousand pardons, what is your name?
Don Bester. I'm the orchestra leader.
Honorable stick looks suspicious. What you use him for?
Why, I lead the orchestra with this stick.
Ah, but if orchestra don't show up, what you do with stick?
I didn't kill him, I tell you. I didn't kill him.
With million apologies, I put handcuffs on your honorable wrist.
Gee, but he's nice.
Excuse, please. What you do here?
Well, I'm one of the comedians on this program.
With humble apologies. That's what you think.
All right, then, all right. I'm one of the tenor singers on this program.
I hate to ask charming tenor, but did you kill man on floor?
I should say not. I'm a lady killer.
With 6,803 apologies, you are a chump.
I'm a what?
Chump.
With 112 apologies, I don't get that.
Chump. What do you do when you leap over a mud puddle?
I fall in.
Excuse, please. Got to get back in character. Excuse, please. I think I look round room. I find gun still smoking.
Gee, and there's a no smoking sign here, too.
Who this gun belong to?
It's not mine.
Nor mine either.
I don't own it.
Ah, somebody honorable liar. But I keep it. I look around some more. Package. What is an honorable package?
That's my laundry.
I take him, do good job, bring him back Friday.
I thought you were a detective.
Me washy, too. I hear noise. Somebody in honorable closet. You will oblige me to come out. Come out, please. Jahemi. Who is in closet?
Juliet, I am here beneath thy balcony. Dost thou not see me?
Lumfung Hamlet. Did you kill Honorable Wilson?
Nay, 1,000 times nay.
Excuse, please. What you do in closet?
I hung up my fur coat and forgot to get out of it.
That's good. Close closet door, please. As my honorable ancestor would say, birds in closet worth two on this program.
Charlie Can, you are uncanny.
You don't look so good either.
Oh, this is silly. Can't you find out who killed Don Wilson? Maybe it was suicide.
No suicide. He liked himself too much. Don Wilson always buy honorable drinks for Don Wilson.
Well, you'll never commit suicide either.
Likewise.
Now, honorable young lady, excuse, please, for two questions I would like and you for me to answer.
I killed him, didn't, so ask me no. Go ahead.
How no did you well, Wilson? I mean, how well, Wilson, you know... Pardon my rotten accent in this. Somebody knock on honorable door. Quiet, please. I see who it is.
How do you do, friends?
Your name, please?
Ming Toy Schlepperman.
Ming Toy Schlepperman. Where are you from?
From Shanghai, China.
Hello, Slap.
Hello, Livy.
With 956,000 pardons, 423, what are you doing here?
I came to help you solve the mystery with 15 apologies, 3 hits, and no errors.
Tell me, are you a Chinaman, too?
What else?
As my honorable ancestor would say, when in Rome, do as Romans do.
As my honorable ancestor would say, no matter where you are, eat chopstick and liver.
And as Lou Holtz would say, you saddest, my friend.
Are you the detective Sherlock Holmes?
Excuse, please. Can is the name. Can.
Well, don't you know me? I'm your brother, Tomato.
With plenty of apologies for that joke.
Hey, Charlie, you going to find out who killed Wilson, or are you going to pull another O'Hare on it?
Excuse, please. I find out right away. One more question. What did Honorable Wilson do in spare time?
He had an invention for 6 delicious glass flavors. Raspberry, strawberry,
Wait,
cherry,
I
orange.
have ideas. Where do you keep plans for honorable inventions?
An honorable piece of paper, an honorable inside coat pocket.
Excuse, please, with one apology. That's all I got left. I search honorable pocket for honorable paper on Honorable Wilson. He is not here. He has disappeared. Excuse, please, Honorable Wilson not here. He gone. Fly coop.
Good heavens, where's Wilson?
Yes, where is he?
Don't worry, folks. I'm up here in heaven, but I still say that Jell-O has that extra rich fruit flavor and tastes twice as good as ever before.
And as my honorable ancestor would say, play Don.
You know how delicious fresh raspberries or strawberries smell. You know the intriguing fragrance of rich, ripe cherries. You've enjoyed the tart tang of fresh lemons and limes and the juicy ripeness of golden oranges. Well, that's just what the new Jell-O brings you, a flavor as delicious, a fragrance as delightful as the fresh, ripe fruit itself. You sniff it the minute you open the package and sniff it again when you dissolve those powdery crystals in warm water. And when you've chilled your Jell-O to beautiful, quivering firmness, when you've taken your first exciting taste, then you know that Jell-O tastes twice as good as ever before. It's extra rich, twice as delicious. But you'll find this new extra rich fruit flavor only in Jell-O. So look for the big red letters on the box and be sure you get the genuine Jell-O.
Concludes our 5th program in the new Jell-O series. And although we didn't find out who killed Wilson, Jack Benny is a pretty good guess. However, Wilson will be back with us next week as he has more than one life to give to our product. Come on, Mary, let's go.
Yes, Jack. And as my honorable ancestor would say, I'm hungry and I'd like a sandwich.
And as my answer would say, I'll see you later. Good night, folks.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Don Messer and his orchestra. And the orchestra opens the program with Put On Your Glasses. Oh!
knock them out fast. Suppose I could get home to eat that Jell-O you promised to make for me, because folks tell me that Jell-O now tastes twice as good as ever before.
Yes, sir, and folks are right about that. And now for that great actor, late star of Charlie Can, The Parrots of Wimpole Street, and Ace Cans of 42nd Street, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. It's me, Float, Jackie Blenny. I can't get rid of that dialect I had last week.
Hey, Jack, you're getting to be quite an actor. Do you know that? Why, you're improving with each play.
Well, why wouldn't I, Don? I'm a student of acting. That's my business. Now, when I go to a picture, I watch every move those stars make.
Does it help you, Jack?
Does it? Say, I got Baby Leroy down to a T. I know every trick he uses.
Why, Baby Leroy, why, you're speaking of an infant who says nothing but gaga.
John, it isn't what the baby says. It's how he says it. For instance, an ordinary baby would just say ga, 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 with no feeling to it. But what makes Baby Leroy so good, he has talent. I mean, when he says ga, 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 he means it.
Means what?
Gaga.
I see, Jack. It's all in the intonation.
That's it exactly.
Hello, Jack. How are you?
Hello, Mary. Now, Don, you take John Barrymore's baby. I've often heard him say ga, 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 ga. Ga, 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 ga.
And what does that mean?
To be or not to be. That is the question. No, really, anybody could tell that. Huh?
I suppose if Greta Garbo had a baby, it would say, a tente go gaga.
That's right, Mary. That's right.
Well, Jack, I'll just bet that you were clever when you were a baby.
Was he? He said gaga till he was 21 years old.
Is that so? Listen, I was a pretty smart kid, Don. Look, here's a picture I had taken when I was 2 years old with my nurse. Look at it. Here.
Why, Jack, the nurse is sitting on your lap.
Well, that's how smart I was. I guess that'll stop all arguments, you know.
Here's a picture I had taken when I was 2 years old.
Let's see it. Gee, you were a cute kid, Mary. But you were all alone. Where's the nurse?
I took care of myself. That's how clever I was.
Oh, I see.
Well, I'm here and ready to dish the dirt.
Frank, a fine way to enter a high-class program, huh?
What are you raving about tonight, Jack?
Oh, we were just showing pictures of ourselves when we were infants. Did you ever have a picture taken of yourself, Frank? I mean, when you were a baby?
No, but I'm going to post you some tomorrow.
Frank, how could you have pictures taken now of when you were a baby?
Mahatma Gandhi's getting away with it.
That's right. I'm sorry. Say, Frank, did you see this picture of me? You know, when I was a kid. Wasn't I cute?
Where?
Right here.
Go on. That's George Olive.
That is not.
Well, you look awfully worried.
You'd be worried, too, if you had a pin sticking in your stomach.
Yeah. Who wouldn't worry? Look at, there I am, a year old and no hair yet.
No what?
Oh, are you starting again? Hair. What's on your head?
A policeman's club. I'm a communist.
Play, Don. The next two jokes don't look so good.
What's a communist, Jack?
I'll tell you later, Mary. Jell-O-nians, who are appearing at the Hippodrome Theater, Baltimore, this week. How do you like that, Don?
Thanks, Jack.
You know, Don, I'm running out of names for your orchestra.
No, I don't mind, Jack. You can call me anything. But I feel a little hurt tonight.
Hurt? Why, Don?
Well, because you didn't ask to see my picture when I was a baby.
Oh, Don, I'm terribly sorry. Really, I forgot you were an infant, too, yes. Have you got a picture with you?
Yes.
Let's see it.
Here I am, 8 months old.
8 months old, gee. Hey, well, you've got a soldier's uniform on.
Yes, I was in the infantry.
Oh. Well, wait a minute. Wow. Oh, well, what can you expect from a musician, you know? Don, I mean, where did you get that awful joke?
I gave it to him, Jack.
You gave it to him?
Yes, he's getting too smart. Let that be a lesson to him.
Mary, attend to your own business. Well, I hope we've seen everybody's picture now so we can go on with the program, huh?
You haven't seen this one, Jack.
What is it, Don?
Jell-O, when it was a baby, with its 6 delicious flavors and how it has grown.
That's mouth-to-mouth advertising, Don, huh?
You have just heard what that great star has said about Jell-O, and millions of others have said the same thing.
Say, Parker, what's from?
Club.
Well, put one on Wilson's head, will you? And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are going to continue with our series of intensely dramatic offerings. A play that never gets old and has brought tears to the eyes of the entire nation. In fact, if all the tears that this play has caused were put end to end, it would make a sucker out of the Atlantic Ocean. Its book has been read by you and you and you, and that's a lot of U's for any book. Isn't it a good book, Mary?
Yes, and it presses flowers beautifully.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, this evening we are bringing you that immortal drama, Mrs. Wiggs of the Onion Patch.
It's Cabbage Patch, Jack.
Mary, who ever heard of a cabbage bringing tears? Now, most of you dramatic addicts will remember... I'll have to apologize for that one, too. Well, remember this play where Who's-This comes in and threatens whatchamacallit, but what's-his-name, who made $1 million selling some thingamajig, comes in the nick of time and saves Who's-This. Now, Mary Livingston will play the part of Who's-This, or Mrs. Wiggs, and I will play the millionaire. Wilson, lend me $10, will you, so I can feel the part, huh?
Here's $5. I don't care how you feel.
This play will go on immediately after the next number, which will be sung by Frank Parker.
Oh, Jack, what part am I going to play in Mrs. Wiggs of the Onion Patch?
One of the onions. You're pretty strong. Sing, Frank. Round of applause tonight, Frank. That was Frank Parker singing the Still My Heart. And now for our tear-jerker, Mrs. Wiggs of the Onion Patch. Curtain. Music down.
6 o'clock, and Father isn't home from Alaska yet.
Is Father in Alaska, Mama?
Yes? He left us flat 30 years ago when you were all little tots. Come here, punks, and I'll tell you the story.
Yes, Mom, tell us.
Go ahead, Ma. Let's hear it.
Oh, I'm all ears.
No wonder the old man left home. Get a load of those kids.
Who's that, Mother?
He comes in later. Listen, my children, your father was an elbow bender and spent all his money on Mary Mucilage. One day we had a fight, and I hit him over the head with the baby.
Which one of us, Mom?
You with the black eye. Your father got sore, went away to Alaska, and left me with you 6 children on this onion patch. Destitute.
What's destitute, Ma?
Very unwealthy.
What's the difference as long as she's healthy, huh, folks?
Who is that man, Ma?
The voice of experience.
Oh, Ma, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Are we going to have a Thanksgiving dinner?
I'm afraid not, children. All we got in the icebox is tenderloin steaks, asparagus, pumpkin pie,
Jell-O,
celery, oysters, and a turkey the size of our announcer.
I bet he looks like him, too, huh?
Batman! Don't worry, Mother. I'll get a job and take care of you. I'm going down to the mill now.
Okay. Have the chauffeur take you down in the town car. The streets are very...
Goodbye, Ma. Be brave. Goodbye, Ma.
The streets are very... dangerous. The streets are very dangerous.
Goodbye, Ma. Be brave.
I will, darling. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. You're up in Alaska, you nasty man. Quiet, children. Come in. Who is it?
Horace Van Isch, your wealthy neighbor from Pantsack. I'm a millionaire, and I've come to help you. So help me.
So help you.
So help all of us. I hear things aren't going so well with you, Mrs. Wiggs.
What?
I hear things aren't going so well with you, Mrs. Wiggs.
You said it, big boy. Look, 6 children, and I'm $1.50 short of having a nickel.
Nice little tot. What are their names?
Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime.
Yeah, I bet your husband's name is Don Wilson.
Say not. That guy...
Don Wilson.
I should say not. That guy... My husband went to Alaska to search for gold. He's been gone 30 years.
Well, it does take time. You just can't find gold laying around.
Well, what am I supposed to do till he gets back? A fan dance?
Well, it's honest work if you can stand the breeze. Well, anyway, I'm a millionaire. If you ever need any help, let me know.
I need help right now.
Well, if it happens again, let me know.
Come in.
Oh, dear me, I didn't know you had company here. Pardon me. Gee, what a handsome man.
Thank you. Who is that, Mrs. Wiggs?
It's my neighbor, Miss Toupee.
Wig and Toupee. Well, don't you remember me, Sergeant O'Hare?
What? What's that?
Quiet, we did that joke already.
Miss Touquet is looking for a husband, too, only she didn't lose one. She just never had any.
Not a bad-looking old battle axe. How old are you, Miss Touquet?
45.
Nice age to get married. I'll have to introduce her to Don Bester.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, she's got a wooden leg.
Well, she doesn't want a musician then. She wants a carpenter.
I wonder who that can be. Come in.
Mrs. Wigg, I've come here to claim the homestead. I own this property, and the mortgage is past due, so out you go.
Oh, yeah? My husband bought me this home before he went to Alaska, and it belongs to me.
Not yet. I've sold him this property for $6, and he still owes me $3.
Real estate is certainly going up.
Well, I'll give you till 7 o'clock to pay this $3, or out you go.
What time is it now?
7:20.
And we have no time to lose.
Well, you better have it in 10 minutes, or I'll foreclose.
Oh, where am I going to get $3? Have you got it, Miss Touquet? If I had $3, I wouldn't be on this program. Have you got $3, Mr. Vanich?
I'm sorry, but if you ever need any help, just call on me.
Thanks, Toots. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Hello, Ma. Hello, Mr. Vanich. Don't cry, Ma. It's your son, Strawberry.
Don't disturb your mother, son. She's in distress.
Yes, she's been in distress for 10 years. It's time she got a new one.
Wait a minute. Who told you that joke?
My mother.
Mary, will you stop giving everybody those rotten jokes?
Let that be a lesson to him, too.
Gee, Mother looks sad. What happened while I was gone?
The real estate man was here and said your father owed $3 on this house.
He did. Well, listen, Mr. Vanich.
Keep your voice up, Frank.
Oh, yeah. He did. Well, listen, Mr. Vanich. Squire Perkins' horse just toppled over and he gave it to me. I think we can fix this horse up and get $3 for him.
What's the matter with the horse?
Oh, nothing. Only he's blind, has rheumatism, and can't stand up.
Say, I played worse horses than that at Belmont Park. Let's fix him up. Where is he?
Right outside the house. Shall I give him some oats?
Oats won't help him now. He's too far gone. Give him a scotch and soda.
Horses won't drink scotch and soda.
It's all right. Don Bester's playing the part of the horse, you know.
Well, why don't you play that part?
His ears are too long.
Hey, stick to the play, will you?
Well, it's 8 o'clock, and I want the money for the house.
You got the house.
Well, out you go. Come on, your duty.
Okay. I'm very sorry, Mrs. Wigg, but law is law. Mrs. Wigg, but law is law. Come on, boys. No, not that, boys. We've got to move a house.
Wait a minute. Don't worry, boys. You'll get your union scale.
Come on, fellows. Get to work.
Stop! Who's that coming down the street?
It looks like Father.
It is Father. My husband is back from Alaska.
Daddy.
How do you do, everybody? Say, what are you people doing in my house?
Who are you?
Jay Slipperman and Wiggs.
Of the cabbage patch.
Oh, hello, Senzo. What's going on here?
Darling, I'm so glad you're back again. Have you got $3?
You bought this house from me and still owe me $3.
Well, keep the house. For $3 today, you can get an office building.
Oh, so you're broke too, eh?
Who's broke? I'm just like Jello, twice as rich as ever before.
Curses.
Likewise.
That was very good, Mr. Wigg, but tell me, where were you for the past 30 years?
I went to Hollywood to try to get a job in the movies.
Hollywood? I thought you went to Alaska.
Who said Alaska? I went to Lasky.
Oh, Jesse Lasky. Well. How is Jesse?
Fine, and you?
Likewise. Play, Sheriff. Play. That was Don Besser and his Hands Patches playing a medley from hip to deck. And now tonight, folks, our part of the program is practically over, but we have a real surprise for you. There's a young lady up here with us this evening with whom I have the extreme pleasure of appearing in the same picture. A little lady who, in my opinion, is headed for screen stardom and whom you've seen and enjoyed on the stage and screen from the time she was 6 years old. You will remember her in such outstanding pictures as Honey, Tom Sawyer, Orphan Annie, and others too numerous to mention. Miss Mitzi Green. What's the secret of this?
Jello.
Mitzi, you don't have to give that secret away. Are we embarrassed? Huh? But tell me, Mitzi, when you were a little kid and started on the stage, what were the very first words you said?
Ga, 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 ga.
You see, folks, is the way she said it, see? I think we're starting the program all over again, huh? Say, Mitzi, you've been in dramatic shows and in all branches of show business. Tell me confidentially, what did you think of the play we just did this evening?
Oh, I'm very fond of cabbage.
I know, Mitzi. Wait a minute. How did you like the way I played my part? Huh?
Well, if I can ever do anything for you, just let me know.
Say, Mitzi, you haven't got $3, have you?
Who's that?
That's Mary Livingston. Haven't you met Miss Livingston?
No.
Mary, haven't you met Miss Green?
No, Jack.
Well, I beg your pardon. Mary Livingston, Mitzi Green.
Hello, darling. The pleasure's all mine. I've known you for years, and I've enjoyed your work so much. Why don't you come over and have tea sometime? Here's a fine. I like that hat, you know.
Wait a minute. Hey, Jack, you gave us both the same speech.
Oh, pardon me, girls. Must be a typographical error.
Double-crosser.
Mitzi, would you like to meet Frank Parker?
No, I'm too young.
Oh, yeah? I just played the kid part in Onion Patch.
Oh, hello, Frankie.
Hello, Mitch.
Familiar right away. Say, Mitzi, I know you do a lot of impersonations and you don't like to keep doing them, but tonight I wish you'd do just one for us. George Arliss.
Oh, no, Jack. That's just a facial expression. It isn't good for the microphone.
Well, what's the difference? Everybody has seen Arliss. Try it anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you an impersonation of George Arliss imitating Mae West.
Well, that's a novelty. Fine, go ahead.
Hello, Rawchild. If you find me for convenience, I have my humble domicile with your presence.
What does that mean?
Come up and see me sometime.
Hey, that was very good. Mitzi. That was swell. Fine. Huh? That was great. Cute, too. Huh?
Well, now my next impersonation will be the second Marx brother imitating the third Mills brother.
No, never mind that. Never mind. How about a song? Huh?
I know. I don't want it.
Then why did you bring your music?
Well, in case I have to sing.
Oh, that's all I wanted to know. Mitzi, how about singing for me If I Had $1 Million?
Oh, Jack, I'd sing for you if you didn't have a dime.
All right, here's the music, Don. If I Had $1 Million from the motion picture Transatlantic Merry-Go-Round.
If I had $1 million, I know just what I would do. I'd tie a string around the world and bring all of it to you. Those little things you pray for, whatever they may be, I'd have enough to pay for them all. Your deed. If I spent $1 million, I know I would never care, because as long as you were mine, I'd still be a millionaire. That's why I'm always dreaming of what I would do if I had $1 million and you.
That was marvelous. That was great, Mitzi. Thanks. And Mitzi, I want to thank you 1,000 times. It's been a great privilege and a pleasure to have you with us.
Likewise, Jack. Play done.
Extra rich, crammed with fruit flavor, and only Jell-O gives you this new, real fruit.
folks, this concludes our 6th program in the new Jell-O series. And again, I want to thank Mitzi Green for honoring us with her presence this evening. Come on, Mary, let's go. Mary, have you got 10 cents with you? I forgot my bus fare at home.
No, but if you ever need any help, Jack, just call on me.
Good night, folks.
This is the National Broadcasting Company. WJZ, New York.